Set up a mirror behind you so you can look at that and then it just
Perfect,
reflects perfectly.
There we go.
every time we want to do something, Gabe is just like, "You want to move here? You wanna move-"
Jesus. Okay, I think that's all working. I think I'm live.
Oh,
I've got
keep going.
visuals yet. I'll mute things now for now.
All right.
So far she's alive.
They have such an interesting party. There's like
They do.
12 of them.
Let me turn up the stream.
You might then have to wait a couple.
Oh yeah, there's gonna be a delay, yeah.
Beautiful. There's the royalty-free music. Okay. I wonder if it's too loud as well. It's a good way to judge if it's too loud.
My eardrums will be blown out in 30 seconds.
It's kind of funky. It's actually called Onions.
Did you unmute yourself on Streamlabs? 'Cause I can't hear anything coming out of
Oh shoot. I'll try this one as well.
Just finishing dinner be 2 minutes. Not 7.
I did it. I was muted actually for a little minute, and then I unmuted myself. So hopefully that's done it now.
I'm looking for PS5 cuts. They are 100 beam. That's
What are you looking for, Cal?
the new PlayStation headset.
Oh.
Have you got the new PlayStation, dude?
Yeah, boy.
Oh man, you can like duel
There.
it now, and it'll summon blue eyes and.
Yeah. Oh, there we go.
Oh god, I'm coming through on the stream. Shit.
I can turn it off again. I'll mute it for another bit. Yeah.
Oh shit.
Yeah, so you're and exactly. I was going to do a recap for yourself too, and also just for just the people watching, because it was really weird last week. I've recorded it all. I just haven't managed to edit it yet to post it up. So I need to edit that last video at some stage, and I'll be posting that. But yeah, okay. So last time you guys managed to break through a small tear in the dream world that you were trapped in. Managed to escape through that and go through a series of trials then. And they tested different things. One's a trial of intelligence, dexterity, strength, and then you faced constitution. The first trial, being intelligence, was a room full of shields that you... Sorry, I'm just turning down music because it's actually really loud. So it was a test of intelligence where you found a shield in the center of a room, and anytime you touched it, it duplicated into 2 more shields. And then the shields would be flying around the room and you had to dodge them. Several of you went unconscious, but you did manage to eventually, with the help of Diego and Ebic, using your glaive, or your glaive, you managed to flick the real shields into the slot to open the doors, and you progress then into this dirt track, and you were walking down there, and a big massive boulder chased after you, crushed both Ebic and Diego, knocking Diego unconscious for what, like the 8th time after near dying? 6.
No,
okay, sorry.
That was the 5th time. 6th time is when I next.
Oh, next one. Okay. So you continued onwards then, and eventually you did. Xavion came to. He used the dimension door to just teleport the boulder elsewhere, and then you continued on to the trial of dexterity, where you hopped across a bunch of these very small platforms. Luckily, you guys figured out that each of the platforms had a pressure pad as well that was linked to a trap that would fire a firebolt at the person standing on that panel. But Diego then kind of flying around just pressed down each panel, and you guys managed to safely cross to the other side. Ebic had Xavion tied to his chest like a baby, or to his back actually, just with a bunch of rope, and jumped across all of these things, and then Joe was teleported across. While also Cedric and Burr and Brian were waiting at the other side, very casually as they both thunderstepped to the other end.
Sharing a cup of tea.
Sharing a cup of tea for like however long, half an hour or so, while the others made their way across.
The rest of us were risking our lives and Brian was just chilling.
And then he continued on to the trial of Constitution, which was essentially just Pokemon. I'll put it up here so you can actually see it. Oh god, the rats are still there. Okay, right.
The rats are there.
Not the birds, the bees. So this was the, just for yourself, Craig. These were the puzzles. You had to step on every panel once, and it would crack. And you couldn't step on the same panel twice. You had to make sure all the panels were cracked to open the next area.
I played Pokemon.
So these were the challenges. You managed to get past, no problem. Cedric figured it all out. And then you continued on to this new room. Boop. So this was the lovely room. And it has a massive pit at the end of it. And then this stone with a bunch of inscriptions written on it, just above the hole itself. Beyond that, again, at the far wall, is a giant rat head made out of stone. And inside the rat head, there is a lever. There's like 5 levers that have to be pushed in with your fingertips and turned to activate the lever. And there is a puzzle written on the stone, which I'll read out when Moss gets here. But this
Moss is here.
Oh, he's here. Oh, beautiful. Okay, awesome.
We.
And this entire room is filled with hundreds of thousands of rats that you're all currently stepping on. So, for this, because we're streaming, I might get you all to introduce yourselves. Would that be alright?
Oh, yeah. Look, he has our names.
Yeah, I got all your characters and your names and your classes all on the stream.
Ah, oh, Diego, you look so badass.
I drew that one for Marcus's birthday.
It's beautiful. I'll throw the full-size one into the chat at some point.
I can email you that if you want the better resolution of it.
Cool.
But yeah, so we'll start with yourself, Moss. Do you want to introduce yourself and introduce Ebic and tell us a little bit about him?
Hello, my name is Moss.
Hello.
I play Ebic, who is a dwarven barbarian that was once a pirate.
Beautiful. Perfect. All right. And then Diego. There's a lot about you.
Oh god. Okay, I'll be brief. No. Hi, my name is Marcus. I play Diego, who is an Aarakocra, I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly, monk with 1 level of cleric, who is basically just a flying luchador, but a literal flying luchador where he just punches people and flies around.
Awesome.
Good crap.
Beautiful. And then we got Cedric. Do you want to introduce yourself?
I'm Cahill. I play Cedric, incredibly old dragonborn wizard, who is out for a specific reason, and that's about it.
Perfect. Okay. And then Joe. Do you want to? Craig. Do you want to introduce Joe?
I'm Craig. I play Joe. He's a hobgoblin artificer with a small pet complex.
Perfect.
Just a small one.
Just a tad.
And for context, Ebic has lost his soul previously. Diego has come near death or has died a couple of times.
I think I only died once.
You only died once, but yeah, and then you've come close to death quite a few times. Cedric, what can I say about Cedric? Very mysterious character. Yeah.
I keep bringing Diego back to life.
Yeah, there we go. And Joe, yeah, you've managed to tame almost all the pets of Chult. Until then, one of them died, and the others couldn't fit through the portal. So now you're left without the pets, currently. And
the sheep in the middle is not a pet. That is Zavion.
No, that is an Eladrin man who is being cursed to be a sheep, and he occasionally turns into.
Yeah, he's on my back currently, isn't he?
Oh yeah, he's on your back actually. Very true. I'll put him on your back right now.
He's in like a little baby carrier.
Perfect. We'll just put him there. All right. And also, you have your member Burr, who is a Wilden. He was a ranger, and he's now just branching further and further into barbarian. He's Ebic's bro.
Yeah. The bromance is strong.
The bromance is incredibly strong. And I'm Gabriel Galway. I am the DM, and I play everything else. Okay, so you guys are in this room filled with rats. There's a stone pedestal at the end. Where's my iPad? Hold up. Shoot, put that. It's got all my notes on. Okay, I'm gonna just run off like 2 seconds. Forgot it. Shit, 2 seconds.
I'm gonna run downstairs and grab a beer.
I gave Epic another point in fighter, so he now has action surge.
Nice. That will be handy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going building a budget deck from my box of Commander Legends. You know, the blue black one that gives everything encore. Like,
Yeah.
gives stuff encore. I'm going building that. Well, I'm attempting to build that anyway.
Okay, I'm back. All right.
Oh, that was good timing.
Oh yeah? What happened?
I went for a drink.
Ah, perfect. All right,
I
so
just got back to. I think Marcus might still be gone.
all
I
right.
go and grab him. Oh, he's back too.
Aha. Okay. So, I'll zoom out a little bit so you can get a better view of everything. So this is currently the situation. This whole room is smothered in rats. There's a stone pedestal at the end with a bunch of text on. Big, massive pit that goes down about 40 feet, and there's a door. There's a giant statue then of a rat's head. What would you all like to do?
Read pedestal.
All right. so, as you move over towards the pedestal, you check it out. All the rats as well. Everywhere you step, they kind of move away from your feet. And as you do come over to the pedestal, there's a piece of text written that says, "A boy is given a newborn rat for his birthday. Once a month, she will have 6 children. It takes a month for a rat to mature and have children. And so, in another month's time, each of those rats will have 6 children. These rats will continue to have children until they die. If a rat's lifespan is 2 years, how many rats will this young boy have in 4 years' time?"
At least 3.
And as you look at it, all the rats are currently kind of skirting around this hole. There's no rats at the bottom of this hole, and they're all kind of walking around it, and they continue walking around the room, up the walls, everything.
Each rat has 6 kids. It takes a month for the 6 kids to have 6 kids each. How much over?
One question.
Mm-hmm.
Will a rat have kids twice?
I'll read the text
So,
again.
like,
Yes, they have kids until they die.
So, I'll read it again.
Over 6 years.
So a boy is given a newborn rat for his birthday. Once a month, she will have 6 children. It takes a month for a rat to mature and have children, and so in another month's time, each of those rats will have 6 children. These rats will continue to have children until they die. And the word die is like in capitals. If a rat's lifespan is 2 years, how many rats will this young boy have in 4 years' time?
That sounds like maths.
Sounds like a lot of math.
And
yeah,
that,
does-
that
that's why
sounds like a Craig
Did you
issue.
wait? Did you say
I know
you
I'm the
read-
one studying accounting, like, but
Can you read the first sentence again?
Yep.
Boy is given a rat.
Mhm.
For
The
his
boy's given
birthday.
a newborn rat, and then what was the wording after that?
So, I missed. Okay, so, yeah, a boy is given a newborn rat for his birthday. Once a month, she will have 6 children. It takes a month for that rat to mature. Yeah.
Yeah, perfect. Yeah, no, I was gonna say because if it was like worded differently, we could say 0 because how would she get pregnant if it's just one rat starting off? But it says she will give birth to 6 rats per month. So
Yeah, but if it's a newborn rat, then there is
yeah.
no way for it to get pregnant. So I'm gonna say it has to.
we're gonna all die.
So
I mean,
currently
this is
the pit
test.
is empty.
Yeah, this is the test of wisdom and not intelligence. So it could be 0, and it could be a complete trick question. But it's just the wording where it says
All right.
she
So
will give birth.
I think there are 2 answers. There's the answer correct going to give, which is the right answer, and then there's 0.
right. This is going to take me a small bit.
Mm-hmm.
That's fine.
In the meantime, Brian, the turtle, is just kind of moving over towards you, just kind of taking it all in as well, looking like he's trying to remember it all. And he's just looking around like, oh, I don't remember there being this many rats in here. Oh dear, there's quite a few now. Wow, look at that. Look at them all go, skirting up the walls. My God, it's terrifying. What are the rest of you doing while Joe is calculating?
I'm just gonna try counting them.
Beautiful. Give me an intelligence check.
Oh yeah.
Oh, is it just 1 second? I think I might have it. 6 to the power of.
Oh, yeah,
It's
I think I figured it out. Where's my
Yeah.
calculator?
it's 6 to the power of what did you say? 2 years?
No, it's
It's over. It's after 6 years, but each rat dies after 2 years.
Yeah, 6 one. Wait, over 6 years? Where'd you get 6 years from? It's 6 rats per month
yeah, but no,
over 2 years.
it's
So it's 6 to the 24.
one. No,
That's
it's 1.
4.
It's 1 plus 6
To the 23.
brackets to the power of x, and you mark the first month as x is equal to 0, so that will equal. No, you mark the first month as 1, so that will equal 7 because he has 7. So you mark it as
Oh yeah.
7
yeah.
to the power of 48 minus 7 to the power of 24 because they die after 2 years.
Oh.
What the
Yeah,
fuck
but
is
if
my
it's only
calculator?
over the, if it's
But
the question
wait,
is
so it's over 4 years, and then so you have 2 purges of rats.
No, because
Well,
the
no,
purge
they'd
doesn't
be
start
dying in
until
sequence.
2 years in. So there'll be 2 years of purging, technically. So it is 7.
So look, I did the ice challenge. You guys.
You guys
What
fucking
was-
do this one, man.
What was-
And the Dex challenge, strength challenge.
yeah, 2 rats.
the
What's the
fuck is my calculator?
You have a phone.
Gabe? What is the time period?
Yeah, do you know the
we're
button
looking
for
at
the
again?
power on the phone?
What is the time period? What?
We're looking at? Is it? I know
It's
rat's
after-
lifespan is 2 years.
Yeah, so
How long?
after how many rats will this young boy have in 4 years' time?
Oh god. Okay, that makes it even worse. Yeah, cool. Ooh.
Cool.
No, I can't even think about how to think about this.
I don't even know how to say this number. If I've done this correctly.
I don't. 1 sec.
That's
So
right.
the rat that's born on the first day will die 2 years later. All the rats from the second month will die 2 years later. And then that'll happen up to 2 years. So
So what
every
are-
rat born at the second anniversary will be alive at
Yeah.
the 4-year anniversary.
Does the number have 41 digits?
You don't know.
I'm gonna leave this up to Joe. I'm gonna.
I'm going to hazard a guess that that is probably wrong. I don't want to sit here putting 1 to the power of 41 rats. 1 to the power of 10 to the power of 41 rats in here.
I mean, it's totally possible.
Whatever the answer is, Epic was right because there's at least 3 of them.
Yeah, oh my god. What did you roll on the intelligence check?
A 4.
4. So you're counting them, but they're just moving all
Okay.
over the place, tumbling all over.
I'll,
It's like,
I'll put the number I have in chat.
okay. Let's see
It's-
that. I'm gonna copy and paste it into the stream.
I'm going to hazard a guess that it is the wrong.
Yeah, I feel like this is a case of this is the test of wisdom, so it's probably going to be like 0 or another weird way of thinking of it. That's what I'm feeling. But if we want to try, spend literally
Well, I
5 years
hope I
putting
haven't hit a
10
wrong
to the
key here.
41 rats in there.
I'm going to say that if there were the number of rats that Craig is about to put into chat in this room, we would not see the room.
It would just be a
Okay,
black
no,
hole.
no.
Yeah,
I refuse to believe that this is the correct answer.
it would just be a black hole of rats.
You have to work a second on my actual calculator because I don't even know if my phone's working properly.
God, it's beautiful. It's just. Oh, you put it in there. Okay, wonderful. Oh my god, that's crazy.
But you know what that is? Do you know that? It's not sustainable population growth.
Yeah.
Alright, I'll be back in 2 seconds.
I mean, we could either say, I think it's either 0 or we could say 1, where it's like, how many rats would this child have? Doesn't really make sense.
Wait. We're assuming that
He owns the rat.
every rat that is given birth to is female
Yep.
and is
Fuck.
pregnant.
So you'd have to multiply by. I mean, that's still quite a lot because you'd still only like half that, or maybe quarter, or fucking half.
Brian's now.
My
just taking
answer
a
is
seat.
going to be that he'll have none because the odds of every rat being perfectly split are impossible to calculate.
No. I think it's either going to be 0 or 1, where. I know, after 4 years, because the first rat's going to be dead, I think it's going to be 0. Because, A, the rat won't get pregnant at all. Or B, it's going to be something where, like, you can't own a rat or something.
It's
Or you
rat
can't-
Jesus. It's immaculate conception.
It's rat. Read the fine print. Does it specify it's rat Jesus?
Well,
Are you too
taking a look, closer look.
Yeah, no, it says it is Rat
Yeah, this
Mary.
is Rat Mary.
Yeah, all right, check it out.
All right, put in the 400, 500 billion, trillion digit.
Oh, I want to text to speech this and see what it sounds like.
It's just going to say 367033694125441038609800653093774400.
Wow, I don't even know what that number is.
That's no.
Ryan just farts. Sounds a little wet. Oh no, I've shed myself.
Can I look down the pit and
Yeah.
see if there's anything down there?
Give me a perception check.
Anyone figure it out?
We figured out that we're not thinking about it properly
6.
because we're also assuming that each rat that is given birth to will give birth to another rat. 6 rats, which isn't biologically possible.
Yeah, but
What did you get in your perception check?
Oh, I got 6.
6. It's really dark down there, and it kind of goes on for ages.
it's covering
It's
rats.
hard to see the
Uh,
bottom.
Can you read this to me one more time?
I can absolutely. Oh, I read it for you, boy. It says here, a boy is given a newborn rat for his birthday. Once a month, she will have 6 children. It takes a month for a rat to mature and have children, and so, in another month's time, each of those rats will have 6 children. These rats will continue to have children until they die. If a rat's lifespan is 2 years, how many rats will this young boy have in 4 years' time? Wow, I don't think I wrote this one. This has got to be Nagy's work. Sure is good with words.
The boy will have no rats because he won't keep the rats.
Interesting.
No, it's because the first rat will have 6, and then we have to pair them.
No, he said no. In the riddle, it does say that each of those rats.
I know, but
Oh, fuck. That is the
if
point.
2 people marry and have kids, you say the lad has 3 children and the woman had 3 children. You don't say that they had 1.5 children, because 1.5. It's they have to get pregnant somehow, and you say it as each individual one had X amount of children, but they had it with someone else.
But by this logic, all the rats are also female.
So we'd have to cut it in half. We'd have to.
Yeah, but
like
No,
it's
but no, by my logic, one's like half of them are male and half of them are female.
No, but if all of them have...
Gabe, read it one more time.
Okay. You got it. A boy is given a newborn rat for his birthday. Once a month, she will have 6 children. It takes a month for a rat to mature and have children, and so, in another month's time, each of those rats will have 6 children. These rats will continue to have children until they die. If a rat's lifespan is 2 years, how many rats will this young boy have in 4 years' time?
See, I still think it's 0. Because this is the test of wisdom.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah, it's the Jurassic Park thing where all the rats are female. Since they all,
they're all
each of them have...
of course, the Jurassic Park.
Yeah, Jurassic Park exists in the Apex world.
I
That's
mean,
awesome.
I think we're technically in Jurassic
Yeah,
Park.
Chult is basically Jurassic Park.
But yeah, I think it's 0 because this is the test of wisdom. So as good as Craig's math is, and I'm just going to assume it is
Okay.
because I'm not going to calculate that. We're not going to be able to put in. If we assume the answer is to put all the rats in the hole, we're not going to be able to put that many rats in the hole.
If I heard it correctly, it says these rats will have 6 children.
Yeah.
It didn't say these rats will have 6 children each.
Rats will have 6 children.
We're
Gabe,
assuming it meant.
I read it again! I'm on it! A boy is
If
given
you
a
want, you
newborn
could
rat
just-
for his birthday. Once a
You
month.
could just
Oh.
you could just paste it into chat if you want. Or
Yeah,
into
I could. I am
Discord.
enjoying doing the the voicing. Let's I'll put it in the chat as well. I'll put it in this, and then we'll put it on the live thing as well.
But like
Uh,
any way you cut it, it's still if we just go for the calculate the amount of rats, it's still going to be a number so absurd that we're not going
No,
to be able
but
to.
if each of them have 6,
It's just going to be 6.
each of those rats will have 6. So yeah, that means the 6 will have 6. So that's on month 2, you've 36 rats.
That's still
37
yeah.
rats.
that will still be 0 because all the rats will be dead by 4 years.
No, because they'll
No,
continue to have
Because
children.
it says each of those rats.
Oh, I get you. So there'd be
Each
6
of
at
them.
the end or something. Yeah. Okay. So okay, yeah. That could be it. 6 months. So you think it's 6, or
I think
each of those rats, or 6 by 6. Sorry, 36.
Where are you getting 6x6 from?
Well, are you saying what are you guys saying?
so. Rat 1 has 6 children,
Right.
and then each of the 6 have 6 children,
Yeah.
which makes 37 rats total. 30, no, 43 rats total.
Wait, what? 6. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. They each have 6. Yeah.
Yeah,
Good,
43
yeah,
rats
so,
total.
yeah. Okay. Yeah.
If we keep having children, then the number is just going to get astronomically big.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's population exploded.
We have that number in chat. Do you want to try that one? You just need to grab a shovel and start shoveling in the rats.
So what's your decision, guys?
Big brain play here. I have a big brain move.
Alright.
Nothing has led us to believe that this puzzle, this like riddle, means anything.
Okay. You think it's unrelated? You think something has to do-
Big brain here. Nothing exists.
I think it's unrelated. It's like a mirage. It's a ruse. They're trying to trick us into spending time
So-
counting rats when really we should just jump into the hole.
Of course.
I've made the perfect trap on how to force adventurers to jump into a hole.
Motherfuckers figured it out.
If I s- So you're
I mean,
telling
we-
me I spent, what, 15, 20 minutes trying to work out how many rats this guy had?
Yeah.
For nothing.
I don't know.
Wait, is the number you put into chat the number of rats minus the number of rats that are dead after 2 years?
Yeah, that's it, minus.
Okay, because all the rats after that are born at the end of the second year will also be dead. So it's all the rats in the first year, all the rats from the second year. are dead.
Yeah,
And then
yeah.
and then the start of the rats. Yeah, look.
That's
I'm
that
gonna-
worked out like.
Yeah, I'm gonna trust Craig's math.
Because
Okay.
it's.
He's got quite the head on his shoulders, doesn't he? Good noggin there.
It's 7 to the power of 48, because that's how many rats will be born in total, minus 7 to the power of 24, which worked out to be that.
Uh,
My goodness.
that number. Yeah.
I
I did it in my head without a calculator.
Close his eyes for 20 seconds. 3670333682.
His eyes just start glowing gold. He just turns sentient. Like, it's not sentient, just celestial.
Okay, so
Wow.
can I look around the room see if there's any other clues, or is this the?
Yeah, give me
Can
an
I-
investigation check.
Can I look at the rats and see why they're avoiding us, or are they just
Give me an insight check.
inside? Okay.
Hmm.
Ooh. 24.
Looking around at all of them, they all move rather sluggishly.
Hmm.
And you notice now, paying attention to them, their bellies are a little bloated and full, and they kind of drag their bellies along the floor. You can tell all these rats are very full, and they're not hungry. They're not eating you.
They're full of baby rats.
Oh, because rats eat. Do rats eat babies? Do rats eat their own babies?
If there's not
There's
enough
no
food,
food.
yeah, which there's nothing in this room but rats, so
Yeah. Okay.
Those
So
the dead rats that have been building up for 2 years.
there's a bunch of cannibal rats. That's what we got here, basically.
they're probably also inbred.
Oh
Oh,
god.
highly.
Yeah.
Highly inbred.
In theory,
Okay,
they're-
so
Some have 6 eyes.
if we assume that the answer is how many zeros are in this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
My number is
11,
41.
41. If we're assuming that the answer is 3 times 10 to the power of 41,
Yeah.
what do we do with this information?
Yeah. That's why I'm saying. That's why I think this is. We should look at this in a wisdomy way. because like even if that is, assuming that is the correct answer, we're not going to be able to do much with it. Even if we had a keypad.
Is there any way? Can I look into the hole and try and judge how many dead rats are already in the hole?
Yeah, give me either a perception check or an investigation check.
A 15.
You can see at the bottom, it's pitch black down there. There is no sign of any rats at the bottom. It's just mud pit, but at the very, very bottom of it, it's an iron floor. And you can see now there is this seam running all the way down along this this iron floor. And it looks like there are actually two separate doors on hinges at the very bottom of this.
Maybe jumping down the hole isn't such a terrible idea.
I mean, you can fly back up.
I can, but I'm half expecting like like a bunch of fire to like explode out as soon as I go down there.
Hey, can Joe just walk behind Diego and say, "You've had enough already," and just kick him down?
Yeah, both roll me initiative. Let's see.
Ooh, 5.
Oh, dear.
12.
12.
Yeah, because still trying to count the sheep.
Alright,
Count the rats.
it's like there's so many!
Guys, making me lose count!
So give me, you can either choose athletics or acrobatics, and you can give me a contested check between the two of them, between the pair of you.
We have spent so long in this room.
About 40 minutes. No, 30 minutes. Half an hour.
My acrobatics check was 23.
23? What did you get for Joe?
I got a 13.
Okay.
I can get it up to a 21 if I do some shenanigans.
With that, you come around behind him. You do catch him by surprise. You give him a push, but he kind of falls back, and Diego immediately just reactively brings out his wings and just kind of hovers there above the pit.
See, you're fine. Now go down there.
I'm gonna look very unimpressed at Joe and just slowly float down the hole.
Alright, so you...
Without landing. I'm not
Yeah.
gonna land on the floor.
Perfect. So you start slowly descending, and eventually you reach. You can now see them at the bottom of this pit. These two iron doors that are kind of rusted. They're all very much oxidizing. They're covered in a thin layer of rust and dirt from the sides of this wall that have kind of just trickled down onto it. Give me an investigation check.
I'm not as smart as I am acrobatic. That's a 13.
13. What you would pick up is these two doors are on hinges.
Okay.
They look like they'll either open upwards towards you or downwards. But it's hard to tell. But there's no door handles or anything on them.
So that's probably the levers upstairs. Okay, cool. I'll shout all that information up to everyone else.
Alright.
And I will... should I give it a push? I feel like it's going to attack me.
Yourself.
Wait, are there levers around the room?
Give me an
There's the
investigation check.
5-handed...
Oh, yes. Oh, yeah, can I just, like, push that?
I'm down there, you're not telling me.
Alright, so as you bring your hand into the mouth of this giant stone rat with all these rows of teeth on the top and the bottom, you start to put it inside. It brings up right up to just past your elbow for you to reach in all the way into this thing. And eventually you feel at the very back there are 5 pressure panels at the back that would fit one finger each. You want to push them?
I'll push one.
Okay.
I'll push thumb one first.
Okay, so you push the thumb one, it just pushes inwards.
Does Diego want to get out of the hole before I press all the buttons?
Yeah, I'll fly
Okay.
up out of the hole.
Alright, perfect. So you head on out.
I'll just go other 4, just
Other
press
four,
them down.
press them all in. and now this kind of, you realize now whatever you put your fingers into, it's now the whole mechanism there has loosened up, and you can kind of turn it off to the left.
Can I prep for action in case any funky shit goes down? Actually, can I put my glaive propping up the rat jaw in case it snaps shut?
Okay, you can. You pop your glaive there. Give me your strength check for now. These are made of solid
8.
stone as well. What did you get?
8. I only have one
Okay,
arm.
cool. You're ready. You're propping it up. Okay, good to know.
I will turn it.
Okay.
Actually, could I try turn it to the right instead, just to make sure I can't turn it? To
Yeah,
the
you
right?
kind of turn it a little bit, but it kind of just hits on some sort of mechanism. It doesn't really want to turn.
All right, let's go for it, boys.
Alright. Turn it all the way.
Bull's end.
You have quite a lot of control over it. Do you want to just turn it all the way around, or you're just gonna go in one motion, or are you turning the pip a bit?
Oh fuck it, full motion, go.
Full motion. You turn it right over to the left, and then you watch as you guys hear the 2 iron doors at the bottom just drop open, and they just go down into this void. And all of a sudden, there's this pause, and your hand inside this machine, everything begins to shake and creak, and the stone statue begins to shake above your hand, and the mouth then just cracks backwards, opens up further, and then presses into the wall, and then the 2 walls separate and open up to reveal the set of stairs beyond.
Hey, it was 0.
What's at the bottom?
As the doors kind of open up, the doors have now already slapped shut. But anyone looking down would have just seen darkness.
I think I get it. Yeah, it was a trap. If we had been in the hole, killed us.
You'd be fucked.
Wait, if we got in the hole, we'd die. Or if we put something in the hole.
You don't know. Whatever's down there.
Okay.
Who's going to go through that door? Who's going to go through those doors?
Yeah.
Okay.
Right, perfect.
So
I
ahead
turn
of you.
to the group and go,
Yeah.
huh, we should have done that earlier.
Yeah, we would spend so much time calculating the rest.
This is trial of wisdom. I remember now. You're very wise. Very good. Excellent job, everybody. All round. I believe you. Yeah. And with that,
I argue that that
Can I
wasn't
take
a
a
very
rat?
wise thing to do.
you can take a rat. Absolutely. They're just kind of. You take a little rat. You pick it up, and their belly kind of jiggles a little bit in your hand. You realize it's a female rat.
Oh boy.
You have a rat now, and a sheep on your
Yeah.
back.
Wait, are they all fat because they're pregnant?
Give me a medicine check.
Okay. Quick bit of veterinary. Oh, I'm rolling terribly. 7.
7. It's hard to tell, but you pick up a couple of them, and none of them have ding dongs, so you're kind of picking up a few. They all seem to be female.
Okay.
Okay.
Can I, wait a second, I need to check something. Rat 5e stats.
Oh my god.
Oh my gosh.
I'm guessing it's a rat swarm, like just a handful of rat swarms.
Oh,
A
this
rat is worth 10
so many
experience. How many rats are in the room? I want a shit ton of experience.
Give me an intelligence check.
A natural 20 plus 2 is 22.
Looking around, you take it all in now, and you can see. You looking around, counting a few of the rats. You sum up. There's probably about 1 million rats in the room. But you then notice that a lot of them constantly keep dying. They just keel over, they die, and as soon as they do, little swarms of these rats cover those dead rats, and then there's nothing left. There's not even bones left. And as soon as one of those rats die, another rat comes through the crack in the wall, lands down, little baby rat, and begins growing immediately.
Guys, if I get 10 million experience, I'm going to be pretty powerful.
I mean, I can get in on this.
I do work with milestones, just to say.
Yes. Maybe I just want to kill a bunch of rats. Don't judge me. I'll
I'm
do
gonna
it.
like summon a bit of fire in my hand, kind of look at it, look at the rats, and go, maybe later.
I'm gonna start edging towards the door.
Okay, beautiful. So, beyond here is now a set of white steps that continue up into the darkness. And as you guys head on up, they seem to go on forever. You go up for about a minute, continue up the stairs, they keep going. And you continue further, keep going, another minute, you're still walking upstairs. 3 more minutes pass, you're still going upstairs. 10 minutes pass, and eventually, in all this darkness, you start to see a set of 2 white doors just beyond. And after about 20 minutes of walking, you eventually reach these doors, and you open them up to come to a pure white room. And the first thing you see there, as you enter this room, is you see a slightly familiar figure. As you enter this white room.
Oh.
So, as you do come in here, you see off to the left, there is a 20-foot tall, floor-to-ceiling glass tube, and it's about 5 feet in diameter. And floating inside it is this tiny silhouetted humanoid figure, no larger than like an arm's length. And then you just watch as this laser grid floats down from the very top of the tube. It kind of moves down quite rapidly, down over the tiny figure, slicing it into pieces. And in just like a matter of seconds, it comes down like a guillotine. This laser grid just comes down right over the tiny figure and just slices it up into tiny cubes. And then the all-white room you enter just flashes red. It just completely turns red, and you hear this, and then your attention is directed now to this high-pitched scream that you hear just from the center of the room. As you turn around, you see, you recognize Ossel, the lizard folk who was conducting the ritual for Cessnick at the time. He turns to you guys, and now the whole room turns white, and you see fear in his eyes. And in a split second, there's like a slight flash, there's a sudden flash, and you watch as Ossel, looking at you, his head begins to wobble, and then just rolls off his shoulders. Whatever like sliced off his head moved at such speed and precision that you couldn't see a single thing, but you can assume it's some sort of magic.
Oh no.
And the slice is so clean that it couldn't have been anything else. It couldn't have been anything else other than magic. And then you notice that the body itself begins to crumble around the neck, and then begins to, at the cauterized wound now begins to burn up the entire body, and eventually the whole thing turns into ash. And then they disappear and blow away. And now, ahead of you, you see there is this wait, hold up. So at the center of this room, there's a white table, and on it is a bunch of these woolen knitted figures. And there's one for each of you. There's a tiny little crow man, or swan man. There's a blackbird man. There is a golden dragonborn knitted figure. There's a turtle. There's a hobgoblin. There's a sheep. There's a man, a wooden tree man. There's Wilden, and there's a dwarf. And there's this eerie silence in this room. The entire thing is made of white, and as the doors close behind you, they kind of blend seamlessly with the other white walls, and you're left in this entirely white space.
I would like to turn to Burr and make sure that he is not sheathing his blade, like an anime guy.
Burr just hasn't touched his blade. He's just kind of staring at the dust that's kind of trickling out. And he turns to you, like meeting your gaze, and just,
You're getting quite good at this, Burr.
That wasn't. Oh, I see. No, that wasn't me. No.
Oh,
I
you're
don't
so
know.
modest.
I'm. Ha 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 ha. No, I'm serious. I don't know what that was.
Okay.
You do see there's a tiny bit of remnants left inside the thing, and also, you would also see that there's a small little hole in the tube itself, and it's about 4 foot wide and 8 foot tall, and it opens up on the tube itself as Osel disappears. And you can see these tiny fragments of burnt wool at the bottom of it, all different colors.
Can I do a check to see if any of this seems familiar?
Yeah, give me a give me an intelligence check.
Or smart dragon. Got it. 7. Actually,
Okay.
I'm gonna use my inspiration to reroll.
Okay, go for it.
A 20. So it's a bit better.
Okay, so so you've seen. Hold up. Looking around, you see there is one other figure kind of tucked around the corner of the table on the floor. And you pick it up, and it's a lizard folk man. And it's this woolen knitted figure of Osel. And as you go over to the little remnants inside the tube itself, you can see at the bottom of it is there's kind of like, you can just make out that there's about 4 eyes, and there's other limbs in there as well. There's these smaller limbs, and putting it together, well, at 20 you can guess that the dummy at the base of this could have possibly been the Lizard King, a dummy for the Lizard King. There's quite a lot of wool at the bottom compared to the other dummies that have been made up. So you imagine this doll that was in there was a bit larger.
So.
And taking
There
everything
is-
in that you've put together, the last one that's left is either the wealthy challenge or the charisma challenge.
The wealthy challenge, I think. Yes.
Right, Joe, you're up.
Yes. Seduce the wool.
Is it? So, the doll on the floor is Osel,
Yeah.
but the doll in the machine in the tube was the Demon King.
Yeah.
So, Osel presumably he put the Demon King doll into the hole instead of his own.
Was that because he thought he was the Demon King? Because he tried to merge himself with the... Oh, sorry, Ozzel was the shaman, wasn't he?
Also
Yeah.
was the shaman, and then
Okay.
Kistak was the
sorry,
lizard
sorry.
king.
Never
Yeah.
mind. Never mind.
I'm gonna say, at this point, what I'm thinking is we put our own effigies into the tube.
Mm.
Boy, that worries me because it means that the Demon King had an effigy here.
Does that mean the Demon King is coming? Or he's been?
That's a good question.
I mean, I'm pretty sure we killed him. I was there.
Yeah, I usually heads up personally.
Yeah. So why would she put in the Demon King? Dummy.
I don't know.
You see Burr then move over to the table, and Burr,
Burr,
walks
buddy.
over and kind of looks
What?
at his own doll and kind of picks it up and kind of pinches the horns on it. I
Burr,
didn't
let's
get
not
my
do a-
nose right.
not do anything rash, Burr. Got a long life ahead of you, Burr.
Well, maybe we only need to put one in.
Then it won't be yours.
Okay.
Can I examine my effigy?
Yeah. So as you head over, it's this kind of cute knitted, kind of crocheted, golden dragonborn who looks incredibly old. There's actual stitchings in there that have put more wrinkles on the face to make it very obvious that it's an old dragonborn. And then they're kind of wearing actual clothing. There's little kind of hand sewn clothes, robes kind of put on this thing, and they carry there's a little wooden stick sewn to their hand as a staff. Their eyes are just pits of black.
This can't be me. I mean, he's so old.
So we just put figures inside the tube.
Should we all put our figures inside the tube at once?
Suicide pact.
Oh my god. Jesus.
Well, I'm thinking like if it scans the room to find the matching figures, then putting one in would kill everyone except that one person.
Oh god, yeah. Maybe. Wait, the laser grid was just inside the tube.
It was inside the tube, yeah. But then just before also died, there was just this shimmer, just like this slight shimmer in the actual air.
Okay.
And then his head rolled off, and he turned to dust.
I mean, I don't think we're getting out of this room. Either way. I think this seems kind of final.
One at a time, or all together?
Good question.
I'd say all together, since I can see Carl's point.
We're all in this together.
Yeah.
We're all in this.
So it's either Cahill's right
Or we're all
or
there.
new character sheets.
Or new character. Yeah. Is there?
No, should we ask Brian first?
I have. This is beyond me. This is very new and fancy. There's a lot of fancy magic going on here. My only concern is how is the sheep going to put his in?
And then with that as well, you do see on your back, you kind of pull down, and you guys see now there's the naked Eldrin man just tied to the back of Epic's back.
Hey, buddy. How's it going? This is a bit tight.
He's just kind of pulling at the ropes on his, like tied to his chest.
Savion, what do you make of all this?
These are all trials, correct? To see if whatever champions leave here are worthy of saving everybody, right?
We assume so. Brian hasn't been extraordinarily helpful.
Clear, Brian.
I assume this is we've been tested on our wit and intelligence and strength. I
A
guess
wizard
so.
of your age, does any of this look like something someone could have? Is it magical? Is it machine?
It's incredibly magical. It's more like what the old hobgoblin over there does. Definitely a mixture of technology and magic. It's a beautiful, seamless fusion of the two. I'm quite in awe with how it's all so clean and crisp, and I can't see a single sigil in sight. It's very impressive. Whoever built this was incredibly powerful. Brian, was it just you who built this? Was it just you and your friends?
And Brian's there kind of trying to rattle his brain.
It's been so long.
Oh, what was that? Did someone say something?
That was just me unplugging my headphones. Sorry.
Oh, okay. I was like, what? And Brian's kind of like racking his brain. He's like,
Someone helping us. Yes, I remember. Yes, now that you mention it, this is far beyond anything we could have conceived. We did have a very religious member of our group at one point. Perhaps they worked on this. Gained some higher power.
Does Xavion know anyone who is powerful enough in the clerical magics to create something similar to this? Or even just any magics?
So it's as you're kind of saying, the Savion's kind of pondering as well, kind of rubbing his eyes, and he says,
I've known some powerful clerics, but it's never their power in the end. I've met a lot of clerics who come to that bit of a mental breakdown when they realise everything they've been doing is not been their own strength but their deities. I believe that this could be the work of a god of some sort, but very generous one at that. I've never met anyone. I met many clerics who have been very devoted to their gods, but this is extraordinary. Building an entire space for them. I've seen spells similar to it, but it's complex. There's something about this. I can't get any read on any magic in the entire room. It's beyond magic. It's definitely celestial of some sort. All I can tell is it's a trial. Oh, I really apologize. I'm marveling at this masterpiece here. If anything, let's take a religion check. It's got the scent of Schultz. I can still smell the jungle in here.
What if the god that did this was the bad person god?
You get the feeling we're alright, as long as we're not bad people.
We're fucked. Xavion, you're new to the group.
Aye. It's a pleasure to meet you all. I wish I had some clothes or something in this kind of occasion, but I apologise for my meetings being brief.
I'll chuck in my cloak.
so he kind of just wraps it around himself.
It's
Appreciate
probably
it.
like way too small for him.
How tall is your character? How tall is Diego?
5'9".
5 foot. Yeah, he's about he's just less than 6 foot. Xavion. He's actually not very tall.
So it's a bass towel, basically.
Okay. Kind of wraps it around, very appreciative though of it, and kind of just wraps it and ties around his waist. And then kind of begins untying the ropes. Do you mind if I do a bit of just untying of myself here?
Yeah, no worries.
Was it? And he's like, thanks. And he kind of pulls it away, and you can see the red marks all over his chest now from the tight ropes that have been tying him down. And he kind of wraps it up very nicely and gives you back the rope. Thanks for carrying me all the way. My legs feel nice and refreshed. Right, so what's the plan?
The only thing I'm not seeing here, you say this is a test, a trial.
Some sort
But
of final trial.
I'm not seeing the trial. The others had a puzzle, something to solve.
Aye.
This is just...
Well, like
Hmm?
the last one was it had a puzzle to distract us.
Mm.
I'm thinking
You see,
the puzzle here is
Friendship we
we-
made along the way.
put our own effigies in, or
We put the most worthy thing.
As he's kind of looking through the pieces and kind of like looks through them, he's like,
it's a sacrifice. It's got to be who's willing to sacrifice themselves for everyone else.
and then as he's kind of holding the pieces in his hand that were at the bottom
Oh, I
of
fear.
the
Here we go
pit,
again.
they begin to turn
You've
to
already
ash.
You've done enough, Epic. You still have a soul to get back.
Aye.
I'll put mine in first.
You're putting yours in?
Well, I'll voice it to the party. I'm not just gonna like sprint. But I probably have someone waiting for me on the other side if this is a sacrifice, and if it's not,
As he goes to pick up his piece, Cedric will put his hand on his hand and be like, "No, you're all young. You have lives ahead of you. I've lived a life. I've made mistakes, and I am sure there are people on the other side waiting."
but I've died before, old man.
That is Sir Old Man.
Sir old man, of course. Well, I won't stand in your way if that's what you want. But...
I will pick up my piece. Walk to the tube.
Mm-hmm.
I will minor illusion my family in one hand as I put the other. I won't even look. I'll just put it in
Okay.
and let go.
You guys watch as Cedric places the thing inside. He kind of as Cedric brings the doll towards the tube, the entrance of the tube, it's kind of sucked from your hands immediately, Cedric. You don't even get to bring your hand inside, and the glass just seals off, and it's just a solid glass tube now. And as Cedric is looking at the picture of his family in his hand, in a matter of seconds, the red grid comes right down over Cedric's doll. And as it does, you watch as the top of Cedric begins to burn away, and continuing all the way down Cedric's body, he begins to burn up and turn to ash until only his feet remain. They burn away, and the ash blows away and disappears into nothingness. And Cedric, all you see is the white light of the room. And then everything fades to black.
Interesting.
You guys are left in the white room.
I'm gonna take this time to go to the bathroom.
Yeah, sure. No problem.
Does anything happen? Does the room change color or anything?
The room doesn't change color. The doors behind you open, revealing the same stairway that goes backwards. And the tube also opens up again. Now with the ashen, burnt pieces of Cedric's doll at the bottom.
Perhaps this is the way out of the dream.
What are the rest of you doing?
Crying. His gold cheek is gone.
Gold cheek can be remembered. Can I? We know this is a dream, yeah. We know this is all.
I'm pretty sure.
Shit.
The issue is, when did the dream stop being a dream, and are the challenges in the same world as the dream?
Yeah.
There are so many questions.
I mean, there's no other doors or anything open. This is the only way forward. Otherwise,
There is a door that goes backwards, back down the stairs now, from where you came.
It takes 10 minutes to walk down those stairs.
Yourselves. Do you want to go stay in the room, or do you want to go back?
What do you feel, Epic and Joe?
I'm gonna go over and scoop up a bit of the Cedric's ash.
And it's hot in your hands. It's still warm. and as you scoop it out, it just blows off into nothingness and eventually disappears, leaving the same warmth in your hand for a moment, and then it's gone.
Is all my stuff gone too? Like, can they pick it up?
No,
Yep.
everything's gone.
Okay.
Brian kind of looks at everyone. Burr looks at everyone. Eventually, Burr picks up his own doll and moves over, and he says, "Oh, maybe it's like one of the fairy tales. They need 3."
I'm gonna put my arm out and stop her.
Okay.
Like, do not
Okay.
throw your life away when we're not sure. Should we check down the stairs to see if anything changed?
Give me a perception check. Looking down the stairs.
Yeah. I'm gonna fucking roll terribly. I'll roll a real dice. Like perception check. Cool. A 9.
Looking down, they go on for almost what seems like an infinity, but then eventually you do see these doorways way at the end. There's this dull yellow light at the bottom.
And it
Seems closer than it was before.
Oh.
Seems more convenient, easier to get to.
Should we check out that first, or what are we feeling? I'm at a loss here. Joe and Epic.
Brian's kind of pacing, and he's like, "We wanted people who were brave enough, who were bold enough, who were ready to sacrifice things. We wanted selfless people. But this is cruel. I don't understand. We wanted people who were worth it, who would be able to save us.
Apparently, I'm just shit.
Probably should have wrote some of this down, Brian.
I should. I was afraid of leaving any sort of trace that could be found by the Queen.
I'm gonna go spend some money.
Just send you a text there, Cole.
I was gonna message you something in chat, but I figured I wasn't gonna pry about whether or not certain things are happening. I'm interested to see how things play out as well.
Maybe that's the trick.
Yeah, I assume
We have
that.
to sacrifice ourselves
I was gonna ask.
to get through.
You think it's out of the dream?
Yeah.
What are you thinking?
Like, if
I was gonna ask that.
they want people to be able to sacrifice themselves at a moment's notice.
I mean, I've died enough. I'm done with this world.
And the room did not glow red when Cedric did it.
I'm happy. Just die.
It's very bright of you, young whippersnapper.
Yeah. All right. I'll grab my doll and I'll
Yeah.
place it in, and I'll sit down in front of the tube, cross the legs this way.
As you do, as you put the doll inside, as you bring it close to the thing, it sucks inside. This thing seals up. And you guys watch as in like 3 seconds, Diego and his doll both burn away, turn to embers, and then ash. The doors close during this period. As soon as Diego picks up a doll, the doors close, sealing you guys in the white room. And as he puts it inside, the thing burns away. The doors behind you guys open up again, and Diego is no more.
Son of a bitch, I'm in.
It is a second of excruciating pain, and then you feel nothing.
Are we doing
So
this?
will I start rolling up a new character sheet now, or?
I'll get to you. Burr's already got his doll in his hand and moves
Yeah.
over.
I'll go
Just
over.
need 3. And as you're going over to pick up your doll, Burr's already kind of dropped his in, and he watches Burr burns away.
No, fur.
He
You're the best of us.
burns away.
And with that, the rest of you, the white light in the room starts to consume everyone. It begins to glow intensely until all you see is white light. You can no longer see anyone else in the room. And the next thing you feel is this breeze of cold air flowing through your hair, flowing on your skin, brushing across your entire body. And eventually the white light dulls down, and you guys find yourself on a floating island in the middle of nowhere, just floating through this yellowy grey sky. And there's other smaller islands floating around. Dead trees made out of just twisted blue bark. Green grass and moss cover the entire area. And at the center of this all, where you guys stand, you're on this kind of elevated platform. And at the center there is this shard. And within the shard you see all these moving images flashing between one scene to another. And you see different scenes across Chult within the center of this shard, like reflected inside. And you see dinosaurs charging across large open landscapes. You see monkeys swinging through trees. You see lizard folk bringing fish to their families and cooking it all up. You see volcanoes erupting. You see oceans splashing against cliffs. And all these scenes play out one after the other. And Zavion's a sheep again.
Well, I'm gonna hug Bert and
Bird just hugs you as well.
yeah, I'm gonna tie back Zavion onto my shoulders then.
Perfect, okay. And with that, Zavion as well, just back onto your shoulders. Perfect.
Do we all come through at the same time, or do I wake up first?
You're here for like a few seconds before they eventually arrive behind you. But you do have a few seconds to yourself on this island.
In the few seconds, I'll have turned around away from the crystal and just again be staring at the picture.
Yeah. So the pictures are inside the crystal themselves. Oh, but yeah, you're taking in the whole. Is it the whole
Taking
scene?
everything.
Cool.
But like I've resigned that this is. I'm dead in my eyes. This is
Yeah.
something.
When I warp in, I'm gonna walk up behind Cedric and like kind of playfully slap him on the back of the head and like get up. We're not done yet.
And you get a just knock on the back of your head, and now you turn around and see everyone warping in now into this white from this white light. They just you see the figures kind of are forged out of this glowing white light, these motes of light that, and then they take shape. They take their whole form. Now you're surrounded by all your companions.
Use my sick to stand up, and then wipe away a bit of mist in the eyes. All right. Forward.
So, is this hell? Does anyone know?
Someone give me a religion check.
Looks kind of hell-like.
Kind of
My
creepy, yeah.
religion isn't fantastic.
Mine's -1.
I have +2.
I have +3.
Craig did it, so.
Go for it. You can both give me one if
Where
you
the
want.
fuck are we?
It's up to yourself.
13. I'll use a flash of genius to make it a 16.
All right. Okay. Looking around, this place reeks of celestial energy, and you can feel it inside this shard itself. And looking at it, and seeing the spirit of Chult within this shard, you remember a tale of Uptau, the dinosaur god, who had those big giant T-Rex hands.
Oh
for
yes,
hands.
T-Rex hand guy.
He used to live on Earth, and this is also then, as you're kind of recalling this and going through it all again, Brian's also kind of aiding you as well the whole way along. He's kind of like, he's also remembering it as you're remembering it, and you start to piece together this whole story, and you recall that Uptau used to exist on the material plane, and he was this great hero that just would save people. He would he was really well known on Chult, but eventually, as he grew stronger as a deity, more and more people would come to him and ask him for their problems. So eventually, he couldn't stay on the material plane any longer. He had to transcend and become a higher powered god. So he went off and he went to this kind of celestial form. He took up a celestial form where he could cover all of Chult. But then eventually, in that the tale goes that he couldn't take it anymore. He was becoming too popular. Everyone wanted a piece of him, and so he just wanted to give it up. He just wanted to give up being a god, and just be a part of Chult, and just be Chult, and be the peninsula he created. So he tore himself apart, and he ripped himself into shards. And each part of these shards was a different part of him. And as he did as well, there was a darkness inside of Chult, which was Sesenek. And as he tore himself apart, he captured Sesenek in one of these shards as well, as he ripped himself to pieces. And all these pieces became different parts of Chult. They became like the plant life, they became the dinosaurs, he kind of watched over all of Chult while also being all of Chult at the same time. And each shard represented a different part of him. And what you're looking at right now is a shard, is a fraction of his power, all contained within this shard. But as you do look at it, and you look at these images, you get this kind of shiver down your back as you get the feeling all you're looking at currently in this shard are memories. You feel like this shard is empty. It's hollow, and it only contains the memories of what once existed inside there.
So we have a empty shard, and we're on an island, like floating in the sky.
And as you're saying all this and recounting all this, Brian now starts to pick it up. You see him kind of rubbing his eyes, and he's like, I remember now. I remember it all. Lilith. She created a pocket dimension, but it was empty. She wanted there to be more to it, so she buried a seed. That seed was this shard of Uptau. She buried it inside the pocket dimension, a dimension within a dimension, and so his memories would fill her own prison with that of Chult. It would be a perfect replica of your old world, where people could experience adventure forever, continue being adventurers forever. And she would slowly gather souls to add to her collection. The Feywild, the Fey Lords, they use them like currency, you see. They all have their ways of capturing souls, and hers was this. And we found that tear, that tiny tear where she had planted that seed once before, and that's how we got here. We built our passageway to this place, but we knew as soon as we broke this, everything would fall to pieces. This is our way out. We just need to break it, and the illusion will be gone. We'll all be free. All we have to do is finish off Lilith. The hardest part, which I'm a bit worried about, but we'll be able to. We will. Definitely. We'll be able to get out of here. Easily. No problem. We can do this. We just need to shatter this, and we're all good. We're all good. Break this. Confound it. Yes, yeah. Sorry, I'm rambling.
You haven't been the most reliable source of information.
No
offense to you,
I am
but
very old.
Old age, yes. Are you sure about this?
Yes.
Fair enough. You've sold me. Let's
give me your religion check, Cedric, as you're looking at this shard, or a perception check, or an investigation check.
It's all a 10.
Cool. Good to know. So as you are discussing all of this, and you're investigating the crystal and everything else. You would notice, Joe, there's a slight nick in the crystal, this slight crack at the bottom, and there's this draft coming out the bottom of it. And as you kind of go down to investigate this draft, you can see this very faint remnants of this black mist now leaving the entire crystal. And it blows off in the wind. And then you guys hear a rumble from below this floating island. And you hear a voice, several voices, 8 of them all in sync. And you hear,
"You will not leave this place. This is my prison now."
and with that, 8 massive heads burst from below the island. Can everybody please roll initiative, please?
An 11 for Cedric.
All right.
Hey, same.
I just put on this cool fighting music now that I have.
21.
Okay, wait. Let's fight music. Where's the fight music?
No, that was Megalovania.
Megalovania, yeah.
Which is royalty free. You can use it.
Oh, shit.
The guy who made Undertale.
Oh, I got his 16.
Just use it.
I think all the
All the
Undertale
Undertale
music is
songs are royalty free. Yeah, you can use them.
Yeah, I have no idea what that is. Okay.
especially the Doge song.
All right, where's my little? There it is, my whiteboard. Okay, so Cedric, you got 11,
I did.
and Joe, you got 21,
21.
and Epic. Sorry, what did you get again?
A 16.
16, and Diego.
11 as well.
11, and Burr. I've got dice for Burr now that like represent Burr.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Oh wow, Burr got a 21 as well. Well,
Oh,
actually, no, it's a
yeah.
20. So Burr got a 20, and then Zavion
Such a cool chessboard.
23, and Ryan. Wow, they all got really good rolls. These are good dice. Brian got a 17, and now this thing. Okay, that's a big number. Wow. Okay. So I get 22. Okay. Okay. Hold up. Heaven. And this hold up. Everything. Sorry.
It's cool. As long as you let us win.
Getting very Okami vibes from this.
Oh, there we go. Fight. Yes, it's just called fight.
Oh yeah. Did I miss any long rests we had, by the way?
Oh,
No.
just to say, as you pass through the white light, you guys have all experienced a long rest, and you are all now level 7. Sorry, I was so distracted with everything else.
That's gonna take a bit of give me a sec.
Yeah, no, that's no problem. So if you want to take this time to make your characters now level 7.
I was gonna say I only had 11 HP. I was like, oh, this is gonna be short.
Sorry, I should have said that to you.
Yeah, it damaged me as well, and I was like, did we heal?
Okay, that's what we like to see. That's what we like to see. Let me go down to these.
Oh, then cast more fireballs.
I can cast a 4th level fireball.
And I destroy the island.
And that's it. I'm gonna run to the bathroom while you guys are doing that. I'll be right back.
Oh, have you ever heard of Konosuba?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, it's an anime, and it's very close to D&D. And there's one of the characters that only wants to cast one spell. Ever.
Yeah, it's Mega Man. It's Explosion.
Yeah.
I'm gonna run bathroom as well.
She can cast it once, and she falls down her
She
face.
can cast it once. She can't do anything else then for a couple hours. She can't cast any more spells. And she refuses to learn any more spells.
Okay. Big decision time.
Mm-hmm.
I can take Storm Spear, which does no damage, so we're not taking. But I could take Summon Greater Demon.
What's the point of Storm Spear? Sounds like such a damaging move.
It does, doesn't it? Add spell. Storm Sphere. A 20-foot sphere of whirling air springs into existence, centered on a point you choose to range. The sphere remains for the spell's duration. Each creature in the sphere, when it appears, must make a strength saving throw or take 2d6 bludgeoning damage. And then you can... Okay, so sorry, I didn't read it properly. It does do damage. It does 2d6, and then anything inside the sphere you can hit with a lightning bolt for a bonus action. For 4d6.
Okay.
Fairly good. Does it have any
Jack-
trapping effect? Like, is it hard to get out? Or
No, you could just walk out of it.
Oh, Greg, I was on about you to watch Konosuba for ages. Love Konosuba.
Or I can make it give us a big boy advantage.
Ooh.
Or a wall of fire.
No, I prefer Wonder Wall. That's my favorite wall.
Okay. Check this image up. Okay.
These dragons are weak to grappling.
You're gonna
Oh
wrestle.
boy, I hope.
Giant head.
I fucking hope so.
Okay. And then Brian's health is. And then, okay. And Burr's level 7 now. Oh, I'll just get his level up. Has everyone managed to level up? Gary's still working away.
Yep.
I'm trying to decide on what new spell I want.
No problem. So I have time.
You do have time. A 20-foot sphere. Not huge. Not huge.
I want to make the biggest bang I can. Bless you. Bless you again. Alright. What else can we do? Okay.
My internet keeps dropping.
No!
Don't you work with these? Yeah. No. 1994.
And okay, Burr's armor is 14. Right. So, you're still deciding on your thingy, my Bobby?
Yep.
No problem.
I mean, I'm spending a lot of time looking at 4th level spells, knowing full well I'm just going to cast Fireball at 4th level. But
You like the option.
we might come up against someone immune to fire damage.
Yeah, one of those heads looks pretty red.
Please God, no. What would we do?
Air Storm Spear.
Sounds funky.
It's not fantastic, but it can do damage on stationary things pretty well.
Huh.
But I mean, 9d6 on a failed saving throw with a fireball is a bit better.
Small bit. Just a small bit.
Just a tad, like.
How do we go back to the chat? Balls. There we go. Now, titties. I don't know how to go back to my the actual chat itself. Maybe if I just do this and then do. Nope. I don't even know how to go back to the original chat that I was on in this thing. Huh.
What are you trying to get to the chat on?
On Streamlabs, I went into the settings, and now I don't know how to go back to the chat itself. Oh, refresh chat. That might do it. Yeah, there we go. I nailed it.
Good gerb. Now let's kill a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8.
Yeah. Alright, so, to start things off, if you're all ready, you are. First head, they get a move first. They got a 22 on the initiative. First blue head darts towards you, Diego, right up at the north side of the map. The dark blue one bites towards you, and it gets a 23 to hit.
Nah, misses.
Okay. So it's gonna do. I get its dice over here. So as it bites you, it deals. Okay, that is not a lot. So it's 7 piercing damage as one of these heads just darts towards you, bites you back in the neck, but you kind of manage to dodging most of the thing, and one of the teeth just kind of sink into your arm and kind of rip a bunch of the flesh off your shoulder. The next one over, the purple one, goes down and bites towards yourself, Ebic. It just darts down, and it got a 21 to hit. It's rolling really well. And it does, it darts towards you and bites you. It does, okay, so that's 18 damage to you, as this one darts over, crunches through your shoulder, bites into your shoulder, and rips off, like 2 of the teeth kind of ripping against your shoulders. You manage to tear away from its grasp. The next one, the pink one, lashes at you, Cedric. And it gets a 14 to hit.
It actually misses.
It misses! Okay, so this one flies over to you. You bring your staff up just in time to kind of knock it away and maneuver it away from you, as this thing kind of rides back into the air. The red one then going for Burr. Oh, Jesus, he got a 27. That hits Burr, so Burr takes 14 damage. Okay, so it's
God.
Okay.
Just
yeah.
You guys playing beer pong, and now I really want to play beer pong.
The next one as well, the yellow one goes to try to hit Burr. That misses. The lime green one darts up towards yourself, Joe, and it gets a 16. Miss. Just like can't bite through your armor. It's just scraping against your armor. The next one, the darker green one, gets lower again and just can't quite get you. The 2 of them dart, kind of clash into each other, and one of them does try to land a bite on you, but you just manage to bring your armor up, just throw it off. And then this, the greeny blue one goes to try to bite Brian and misses. Because Brian is a turtle and he's got a hard ass shell. Okay, and with that, they all try biting. All these heads start darting towards you guys. And it's Joe. How do you react first?
Okay. So what we've gathered is they're all one being because they all went together for initiative.
Presumably.
So my question
I-
is, would you class a Hydra as an animal?
No, it's a monstrosity, if anything.
How high? An
I
animal
mean,
handling check.
I
Am
was
gonna
thinking
have to
for
roll?
control animal. I mean, technically you could try and make it your pet. Technically.
We won't do it again tonight. It's grand. So the lime green one,
Mm-hmm.
I will shoot with my lightning launcher.
All right. So give me an attack roll.
I guess it's 16 days.
Doesn't quite hit. As this thing, as you kind of fire this blast towards this creature, it just diffuses across its surface and scatters the spell across the area. But it seemed to leave like a little dull red glow where it's hit, and it seems to burn it slightly, but not enough to do any damage.
Okay, and then the darker green one, I'll throw a firebolt in this.
All right, give me an attack roll.
A 24 to hit.
And that hits, yeah, 100%.
For a big 11 damage.
Yeah, okay, cool. So this one flies over towards this thing, burns across the head, and it does 11 damage to it. Okay, so, okay. So that is...
I'm gonna question the group. Should we worry about the Hydra or just destroy the crystal?
Are we? Do we think we're in Schultz, or do we think we're in another plane?
Well, Brian said that the last thing we had to do is destroy the crystal.
No. I'm probably going to worry about the Hydra first. If it does start beating our asses, we can smash into the crystal, fireball it, and hope that.
Yeah, don't go for blue, purple, and pink.
Okay, cool.
They're in range of all of them hitting this kind of one fireball.
They're already dead.
Onmaera Shidiru.
Alright, okay, perfect. So is there anything else you'd like to do, Joe, or do you want to move anywhere?
I'll just flip off the two Hydras.
Perfect. So as you just flip them off, as you kind of fire off these bolts towards them, their heads kind of tilt, and you hear this voice inside your head.
We will have your head.
And with that, let's see if Savion is a sheep. Natural 1, he's a sheep, baby. So Burr is going to dart towards the one that was trying to attack you, Epic, and he's going to dash up here, run over, and smack. As you do see him dart over, you see his body get larger as all these trees and roots from the ground begin to cover his entire body, swelling it up until it becomes twice the size it was before. And you see him then come up with his axe and bring it down to attack this creature. And does that hit?
Gabe, for hitting them, do you have to hit the head, or is anywhere on their body enough to hit?
If you can see the rest of their body. He's currently Burr is going for the neck of this creature.
But I mean, can I, if I'm for aiming fireballs, can I just aim them to hit any part of the creature, or does it have to hit a specific part?
You reckon it'll probably hit? Give me an Arcana check.
Seven.
You reckon if you hit a head, it's gonna hurt it? If you hit a body, if you hit any of these, they're gonna hurt. And you probably can hit multiple.
That's fine. I just in case. That's fine.
You wouldn't know. Okay. So that is. So Bird did 23 damage to that violet one, and as he does, and kind of brings down the axe. This thing is like hanging on with a thread. He's like sliced halfway through this, like 3/4 of the way through this beast. Kind of brings it down, and now black ooze and smoke begins to rise from this creature's head as it begins to writhe around and kick and spit. And
Massive brain play.
it's now kind of just
Massive brain
hanging
play.
on. Okay. Yes. Well,
Hydras only regain heads when you cut them off. If you leave them on by a thread, they can't regrow.
Bird turns to you, smirking, just. I figured it out. Okay. So that's Burr's turn, and then we go to Brian. I got those mixed up. Burr's 3. Okay, so it is Brian's turn. So Brian is going to then. He brings up a ball of acid in front of him and slowly launches this bubble of acid towards the creature that Burr just schmacked. And I'll just get this bad up here. Well, you see him kind of like, he brings a sphere in his hands, kind of launches it towards the creature, and it begins to flash several different colors, and as soon as it lands, it explodes into this green acid. So he's gonna make a spell attack. That hits! Nice one, okay, and 8-sided dice for that.
Could I roll an Arcana check to see if he's like, if the flashes are changing the element of the spell? Because isn't that what Zavion can do?
Yeah, give me an Arcana check. See what's.
I just want
what
to
he's
see if
doing.
Brian is also in this. I got a 9.
9. As you observe it, it kind of goes like it's the flashes. It turns into a ball of fire, then it turns into a ball of ice, it turns into a ball of just black energy, and then eventually lands on green and just burns at this head, explodes on the head, and then it jumps into the groove that Burr just hit, explodes, and then acid begins to burn down all this thing, cauterizing the entire wound, and now this stub just exists.
Okay. So we can't cut their heads off.
I always knew I liked Brian.
And Brian he's kind of panting after that one, just drops his hands down to his side. He's like, I wasn't half bad for an old man. Not bad at all. Ooh-wee. It's Brian's turn. Okay.
Toot your own horn more, Brian.
Huh?
Toot your own horn more, Brian.
Okay. And that thing just rides back, kind of retreats back under the island itself. Okay, so it's either Diego or Cedric.
Cedric has higher decks, almost definitely.
Didn't Epic get like 16?
Oh shoot, yeah, you're right. Oh wait, yeah, I don't know why that looks like a 10 on my board. I did a weird 6. Yeah, you go first. So, Epic, what would you like to do?
First, we'll run over to. God, which ones are you fireballing?
I was gonna fireball the one that Brian and I was gonna fireball green, purple, pink, but then pink died. So my best fireball is probably
Top 3.
Yeah, green. I'll try and hit green, purple. No, sorry, cyan, blue, purple.
Okay.
I'll try and hit that.
So I'll run over to the green one.
Out the math
Okay.
of range just yet.
Like the dark one, is it?
Yeah.
3, 4, 5. Yeah, you can get over there, no problem. And as it's kind of writhing back, and then it darts towards you, you can make an attack on it. So what would you? Give me your smack attack.
Ooh. 26.
26. Yeah, absolutely hits.
And And it does 12 damage.
12 damage. Okay. So with that, you cut through this thing. Going again with that same kind of burn that's on it from Joe, cutting through the neck. You cleave through it almost so it's like a thread hanging off. This head again is just flopping around, barely hanging on.
We'll...
I love that Zavion's just on your back.
Yeah. It's like some proper action movie stuff. Like, I don't know why I think of, what's it called? Not Lethal Weapon. Oh, it's a Christmas one.
Die Hard.
Die Hard, thank you.
I will rage as my bonus action.
Perfect, okay. And with that, you
And
swell
then-
up. Your veins begin to pop. Your whole body begins to swell up and, yeah. Buttons on your shirt pop.
I will action surge to get back another action.
Oh, nice. Yeah, you have 2 attacks as well, yeah. But yeah, you can get back another action,
Yeah,
for sure.
but now he has 2 attacks after taking the first attack.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I have 1 attack left. So I will coat. I use my action to coat. My second one action to coat my. What's to call it?
The switch.
Switch axe.
Yeah, perfect.
In an elemental vial
Oh, sweet, okay. So what kind
using
of
fire.
Alright, so as you do kind of run this along the blade, the whole blade goes red hot, and these flames begin to just spark up, and the whole thing begins to rev like an engine, just as it's a whir, burn up.
And then I'll attack.
Alright, cool. Give me another schmack attack. Oh.
.24.
Okay, that's gonna hit. Roll for the damage.
This thing. And how much fire damage?
93.
17 damage.
17. How would you like to do this?
As like the sword is coming down, I'll use the fire to speed the swing up.
Perfect.
So is that? So it'll be like in rocket slice.
Okay, perfect. So as you do, this whole thing's charging up, and eventually, as you bring it down, there's an explosion from the back. As a few of the gears just finally go into like 7th gear, and there's an explosion of fire that turns to blue flame, and you just cleave through the rest of that head, completely cauterizing it, and it's just left as a stump which falls over the edge of the cliff, and hangs backwards. It's gone. All right. So Diego, then it's on to you.
Can I just hold my action and let Cedric go first?
Okay. What would you like your action?
Oh,
Or if you want, you can change your order.
Yeah,
in the
I'll
first
just,
thing,
I'll
you
just
can slot
wait,
yourself
I'll
in
wait.
after. Yeah. And you both roll
Yeah,
the same
I'll
as
wait.
well. That's perfect. Okay.
Or wait, no, actually, would it make more sense for me to soften up the heads, Cedric?
I'm about to do 96 damage. I don't
Okay,
think
cool.
there's-
That's fine. All right. All right. Now I'll just take my turn now, so I won't bother for those. I'll go for the red and the yellow heads. I'm gonna glaive first head.
All right. So you fly over. Give me your attack with the glaive as you spin around through the air, slicing through this red head. Red head.
14 probably misses.
It does. As you kind of smack on this thing, it's got this kind of there's this slight shimmer of black energy over this head itself, and you kind of crack along it. It kind of cracks and sparks into like red energy as you can't quite pierce its hide. It's got some magical
What a
hide.
dick. Fine. I'll swing again. Then I guess
Alright.
I'll just keep spinning.
Yeah, perfect. So you just continue, just clank off it, go around the second one.
19.
19 hits. Yeah, this next one slices through, breaks through that same crack in the arcane armor, and tears through the head.
And that does a big 5 damage.
Cool.
Disappointing. But I am going to try as I like cut through it with my glaive, I'm gonna spin it around the blunt end and try stun it as I like smack it on the top of its head.
All right, give me an attack roll then for that.
You don't need to attack for this.
Oh, do
stun,
you not?
it
It's just the con save. Oh yeah, try. True.
Yeah,
Okay,
it's
so
a con
'cause you-
save against.
Yeah, no, that's my
stunning
bad.
strike.
Yeah,
DC
sorry.
14.
All right. Ooh, that's low. What does it add to it? Okay. Bear with me now. Where'd it go? Where the heck did I lose that already? Okay. I just need to check something. Alright, so can't save. So it got an 8. The whole head seizes up. As you see it all go rigid for a second, and the whole going all the way down along the body. This head goes rigid and stiff, but all the other heads around you continue to stay moving.
Cool. Great. And then, as it falls kind of limp, I'm going to land on the ground, bounce up, and punch the yellow head with both fists in the bottom of its chin.
Perfect. Give me your attack rolls with that.
And just spend my other key point.
Kinda.
So, okay, first one is a miss. Second one is a 13 plus 6, that's 19.
19. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
So give me the.
Only gonna do 5 damage again,
All right.
but I'll try stun it again.
All right. Go for it.
So, you gotta roll your con.
Oh yeah. Sorry. So it. Ooh, that fell off. So that is a 14 on the con save.
Meets it, it beats it.
Okay, so with that, you see it begins to seize up again, and this kind of like this movement kind of continues down, and then bouncing back up along the neck. The rest of the heads begin to wiggle, and that head also begins to move.
Grand. And so I will disengage, fly away. I don't know how much movement skill I use. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35. That'd be like 40, 45.
Okay, so you have... so you'd have... How much movement do you have altogether, sorry?
It's
45.
fucking ridiculous. My movement speed, I have 50 plus 15, so I have 65 flight speed.
Oh yeah, just where do you want to roughly be?
Plus the 10, I'll kind of land back in the center near the crystal.
Okay.
I'll say next to Joe.
No, okay.
Yeah.
There or down here?
Down there, perfect.
Okay, perfect. So yeah, you bounce off this head as it's rigid for a second, and then you watch as you're bouncing backwards, soaring backwards. It begins to loosen up again. Okay, Cedric. You're
Okay.
Sending a fireball.
So, if my calculations are correct, if you center the fireball on there.
So what is the radius again?
It's a 20-foot radius.
Yeah.
Which means it's 40 feet across.
1, 2,
in
3, 4.
Both directions.
Yeah. Wait. Yeah. So like that.
Yeah, that seems about right.
So you want to center it. Yeah, okay. Okay.
That's why I was asking, like, does that count as hitting the cyan one, even though he's kind of...
Yeah, so because they're basically moving around this entire thing, I can say that you just wait, you hold for just the moment when all of them are starting to gather and twist around each other. You launch off the fireball, and you manage to catch it just as they're all close enough. Okay, so they have to make a dexterity saving throw. Okay. So the cyan one fails, for sure. The next one gets an 11, so I think that fails, and then the other, yeah, they all fail. Oh my god. Oh jeez.
There are a few
Okay.
5s and 6s. 37 fire damage.
Okay, so you just watch as each one of those heads, the cyan, the blue, and the purple, they just, as they dart towards you, you make this, you bring up this giant inferno, and all three of them just burn up to a crisp.
Yes.
Okay.
I will wait until they are all within range, tap my staff, and just ignite.
And they just combust, and they just crumble down to ash.
Can I like tap my stick, then turn to face the other ones, not looking at the explosion? Because
Yeah, absolutely. And as you do, there's just a little bit of smoke rises off from your stick as you tap it. Beautiful. Is there anything else you'd like to do?
Have I gained access to a bonus action? I have not. In that case, I'm gonna step in front of Brian and protect him.
Sweet. Do some quick math here. Okay. So. Okay. That was slow math, but okay. So perfect. So you stand behind. But you stand in front of Brian, is it?
I'm just gonna stand next to Brian.
Next to Brian. Perfect. All
I
right.
go in
So
front of him. Just
perfect.
be ready to. Brian will live.
Brian kind of looks at you, and now he kind of turns to you. He's like, "Not bad for an old man."
I'll go to like fist bump Brian. That's like the old men kind of square up.
You see, as he kind of fist bumps you, there's like a crack in his knuckles, and then he brings them away, and they kind of there's more cracking in his fingers as he begins to wiggle them away from you, and he just makes his sound. Very good, that was good. Arcade explosion, dude. And he kind of just goes back and kind of repositions himself. Okay. So that's everyone's turn. Okay, so it's back to these Lilith. Okay. So now, as you now hear this kind of cracking sound from below, just but it's kind of like a wet cracking, just and now from where Burr had sliced that other head and Brian tried to cauterize it with acid, the head reemerges. Two more heads reemerge.
I didn't cut off the heads on
no,
my
that
side.
one.
I just burned them.
Yeah, no, they're burnt to a crisp, and there is nothing left. But that one
was
It was. It seems like acid didn't do the trick on this one.
God damn it, Brian.
Ah, shit! I actually thought it was. That was just brilliant roleplay. I actually genuinely thought acid would do the damage. So I fucked up. Yeah, along with Brian. So it's just like, ah, tits. I could have sworn that was the same thing. And now two more heads.
Cedric will, as the two heads appear, I'll look at Brian and just go, I fist bumped you.
Oh, I'm embarrassed now. And he kind of like farts again and wet fart just. Oh no! I can't deal with any more shit.
I'm getting too old for this shit.
And so these two, the purple and the pink, both dart at Brian, at Burr. One's a natural one, with the purple one, as it's still kind of forming and growing, it just kind of whacks against Burr. He slaps it to the side with his giant hand, and then the next one though does manage to grab him and bite him right in the hip. And it does okie dokie. That is 19 damage to Burr, but he takes half damage. Actually, no, these attacks are magical, so he does not take half damage. So Burr is now on. Okay, not good. This one bites into his side and just cracks. The wood splinters all around, and you see this kind of black energy spiraling around his body, rotting the wood around him. Okay. Then the redhead darts towards, kind of like it's gonna take. Well, it's actually frozen. It's paralyzed.
Redhead
turn. Until so that one's paralyzed. The next one though darts towards you. The yellow one, as you're leaving, it darts straight over towards you, and it got a 25. So it
barely hits.
Deals 14 magical piercing damage to you as it cracks on one of your legs, biting through your calf and ripping away a bunch of feathers and flesh. And the lime green then darts down towards yourself, Epic, and it got a 21 to hit. And these are good rolls. All these fresh dice. And that's 15 points of magical piercing damage as this bites into you, crunches into you, and just again black tendrils now start to grow and move up your body, and turning your veins.
I take half damage from that.
It's magical though, so do you still? Is it half damage from everything, or is it
everything
piercing?
except psychic damage?
Oh shoot! Okay, shoot. Is that for barbarians? I thought it was just piercing and.
I'll be right back. I'm going to the bathroom.
Sure thing.
Well, did Burr take half damage? Yeah.
I didn't do it for Burr. I thought it was just. I might be wrong.
No, it's my totem.
Oh, cool. Okay, that's awesome. Yeah, no, Burr.
Yeah, you have resistance to all damage except psychic damage.
Okay, that's awesome. That's really cool. Perfect. Yeah, so you take half damage from that. So half 15, so you take 7. Okay. Right. That's sweet. That's very nice. And with that, that's the Hydra's turn. So we're back to it's just Zavion's a sheep, and so it's Joe. What would you like to do?
Okay.
For your information, you get advantage on the redhead.
True, yeah, it's totally frozen up.
Okay. I will go to the right this time.
Alright.
Are we thinking we should destroy the crystal instead of
I'm thinking.
Hydras? 'Cause
I mean, we're winning.
we don't.
I know.
We don't know if the crystal will bring us out because we might not be in trouble anymore.
The 2 heads just grew back, so I imagine another 2 heads will grow out.
I imagine over near Epic we'll get 2 more heads, but I can clear heads 2 at a time.
Epic used fire on his head. It was because the 2 heads.
It was
because Brian used acid, and we've all used fire up until. Yeah, so as long as we keep using fire for killing blows, we should be okay. Now, I don't have any fire, so I can just soften up the heads. That's all I can do.
Okay.
I think Diego should soften up the crystal, and the people with fire should attack the Hydra.
Alright. I'll firebolt the red one.
Alright, give me an attack with advantage.
18 to hit.
Yeah, that hits. You see it kind of buckles for a second and then cracks and breaks the shell that it has, and burns through the creature. How much damage do you do?
13 damage.
Alright. So this thing, half this face begins to burn away and just turn to ash and crumbles down. Half the face still remains.
I'll hit it again with another firebolt.
Go for it. Give me an attack roll. In with advantage. As this whole thing is now just staring at you, watching these fireballs barrage it in the face, like again and again and again.
Is it paralyzed? Yeah.
It's just stunned, but you still get advantage.
But I'm wondering if you get automatic crits on a stun.
You get automatic. You don't get automatic crits. You get automatic dex fails, I think.
Okay.
I can check it.
That's fine. I was just double checking.
Yeah, I wasn't sure as well.
I'm pretty sure.
Damage.
17. What did you get on the hit? Sorry.
24.
20. Oh, sorry. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. No. Absolutely. Okay. Just checking. Attack rolls with advantage. Automatic fails. Yeah. No, you don't get. Oh, wait, incapacitated. Let me just double check because you might have been doing double damage to.
No,
Oh, no, it's just
I'm
they can't
looking
take
at it.
actions.
Yeah, I'm looking at it here. Yeah.
Okay, so with that, how would you like to do this to the red, red one? Joe?
I'll just like charge up the firebolt to my hand, clasp my other hand over it, and then just pitch it like a baseball.
Perfect. And then you as you hurl this thing, the flames, then you kind of hear this cry as the fireball leaves your hands. You hear this dinosaur cry from the thing, and the flame then turns into this small racing dinosaur for a split second as it crashes against the creature and just burns away all of its head, leaving this crumpled stump that just burns off into ash and disappears.
Boys, we got a god on our side.
Perfect. Anything else you'd like to do, Joe?
I'll flip off the orange one.
I'll be
Again,
back in 2 seconds.
Yeah, sure. Again, this orange head tilts to the side.
You only have one head while we are many. You will not defeat us. We are Sesonic.
And with that, it's Brian's turn. Brian, not impressed with these two heads in front of it. He's gonna.
Anybody else secretly hoping that Chikno is the reincarnation of the god? He's gonna come back and say,
oh my god.
There is a multiverse, so we can get Chigno.
It's great in Gabe's other campaign. I keep coming to chat like Chikno with no. And they don't
Chikno
have
is better
Chiknos.
than yes. Fuck you
It's
all.
because Chikno was a random lizard folk we just captured. He's not.
Oh shit! Burr missed. He got a 2 on the dice roll. As Burr's now just holding these things back, swinging his axe left and right, just trying to get a hit in this thing, but it just keeps darting at incredible speeds. So that's Burr's turn. It's Brian's turn then. Brian spins around. Again, he builds up this ball of flame in his hand and just hurls it towards the pink one. Oh, please, God! And as he does, he lands his attack on this creature and deals 7. Okay, so that is so as he does, he scorches across this thing, burns away half its face. It just charges through, creates this huge crater in the side of this thing's face, just leaving it burnt and singed. This thing doesn't look good. It's kind of crumbling away. Oh god, I'm getting tired here. On to you, Cedric boy, I suppose. But first, it's Epic. What are you doing, buddy?
Throw the sheep.
I'm not throwing the sheep.
It just falls off the edge.
Getting that one. Zavion's dead. So how did Zavion die in your campaign? Yeah, you yeeted him off the fucking cliff.
Is there an issue?
What was the... Why? Was there a plan? No. He said throw the sheep, so I threw the sheep.
There's a fucking scene in Dragon Inquisition where a fucking giant comes over and just yeets a goat at your castle. That's his, like, big plan for attacking your castle.
Yeah. I'll never see it coming.
He just walks up to the fucking side of it and just throws the sheep, and you're like, what, lad, what?
Alright.
So I'll run down to the green head.
Alright, perfect. So you race along this cliff face, the green head, looking up at you, getting ready to pounce down on top of you. Yeah, give me your attack roll. This thing's continuing to do fire damage, right? It's revved up, it's still burning.
Oh, at 22.
Yeah, that hits for sure. You just smack across his face as it darts towards you. You smack it on the head and just crash its head down onto the cliff face. Some of the rocks crumble away, and you just stab it into the top of the head with this flaming axe. How much damage is it?
15 damage.
All right, okay. And with that, you just start. This thing starts revving up like a chainsaw, just start burying itself through the skull. You feel it break through bone. Now you have a second attack there.
So Ebbet became Doom Guy.
Jesus, yeah.
Rip and tear.
Oh my god.
Oh. 26.
Yeah, Jesus, these are all hitting.
Man, the +8 is bullshit.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
It's pretty okay.
A 14
How do you
damage.
do this? God, you guys are just destroying this because you have fire.
I'll point into the distance and go 4.
And with that, this kind of revving continues through the head. You press down, and eventually the head just kind of catches on the chain and kind of flies around the back of the axe and like yeets off into the air, tumbling through. And the fire is still burning at the end of the head, which is crumbling away. And now the stub that is left just crumbles to ash and burns and falls off the edge of the cliff.
I'm just gonna pet Xavier and going, "You tried, buddy. You tried."
Savion just like clapping his hooves together.
I just love the fact that like him and my rat buddy are just like on like the rat buddy's on his head, and then
the rat's just kind of.
I'm gonna collect like fucking farm of animals.
You got farm animals, and then
yeah,
Joe has dinosaurs.
Joe, how does it feel that Epic has 2 pets?
Oh my goodness. No answer.
Right,
okay.
that's my turn, yeah.
Perfect. Okay, so Diego, what are you doing?
So should I, what do we think? Should I soften up the crystal, or should we just finish off this fat lizard?
I think after you, I'ma kill 2 heads. So
What
that leaves
there?
1.
Yeah. The one is pretty much untouched, isn't it?
yeah.
Yeah, I'll go for that. I probably won't kill it. I'll try
kill
stun
the
it.
orange head. Try
Yeah,
stun the orange head.
I'll try not slash it. Alright, grand. Alright, I'll launch off the crystal,
Perfect.
and I will... Do you think if I just, like, bludgeoned it to death, would it respawn?
You don't know. Give me an Arcana check.
Ooh.
Or a Nature check.
Okay, I got a 4, so let's... I don't know. In short. I'll start glaving it anyway. I'll slash it.
Cool. Give me the attack.
Actually, I'm going to try... Can I pull out my Basilisk dagger, or is that an action, or what's correct? Or a bonus
It would be an action, I think, to take it out of your... I don't know if you had it on your person or anything. It could be a bonus action if it's just handy. If you had it on your wrist, if you think.
on my little sheet, thank God I'm keeping track of it. It's in my weapons and equipment.
Okay,
wheel.
we're going to be just a bonus action to whip it out.
Oh, oh man, bonus actions are valuable. Fuck that. Nah, I'll just glaive it.
Alright, okay. Go for it.
Where the fuck did I put my dice? Come on. Oh, that's a 20.
That hits, yeah.
Yeah, 20 something, whatever. 21, I think.
20 anyway hits.
That does, 14 damage.
Okay. That's, cool.
Is it still alive,
It's still alive, yeah.
Okay. How's it look?
Pretty bashed up. As you kind of slash through it, these things are, once you break through that hard exterior armor, they're pretty soft, and you slice through the neck, and it is again dangling like the others before.
All right, I'll just try inflict a stun on it, so I'm not gonna push my luck.
So it's gonna save.
Make a roll.
And that is 19 on the save. As
it does save.
you
Okay.
Kind of like stab it on the side, and it just freezes up for a second and softens up again.
Alright. I'm going to spend a key to take... Oh no, it's a bonus action as well. Fuck. I don't want to kill this thing. I don't want to slice it at least. Can I spend my bonus action to pull out a torch? Or although that is in my backpack. That would be a full action, wouldn't it?
Yeah, it would be. Yeah, you've got to like take off the bag, rummage around, grab it.
Cool. Grand. I'll take a not stunned or anything. What a piece of shit. You know what? I will. It looks okay. Yeah, I'm just gonna fucking clock it with my bare fist as opposed to my glaive.
Okay.
Stun it again.
Perfect. Give me an attack roll.
That's a hit. 25.
Yeah. Give me the damage.
And it does. It's high damage, you piece of shit. 9 damage.
9 damage. So with that, you try to tap it, you punch it on the side of the head, and then you watch as that crack kind of cracks down the whole body, and it's enough to just like finish off what was dangling. You just punch off the remaining head, and it just continues waving there. Currently headless as just a stump.
All right. Well then, I can't really stun it, can I? Fuck! I'll use my bonus action to cast Shield of Faith on myself,
okay.
and I'll stand there. Or would I do a dodge? Disadvantage? Yeah, no. I'll use my bonus action to do a dodge on.
Okay, so that gives you.
I'll take a dodge action.
Gives them a disadvantage, is it, on their attack?
It sure do, and I'll just stand there waiting for
Perfect.
the fucking...
As you perch yourself on the thing, you're now already seeing these two kind of nubs beginning to grow from that one stump. And they're beginning to just try to break through. Okay, Cedric, it's your turn.
I will, in the shock play of the season, cast a fireball.
What? Oh man, that's crazy, dude.
I've never heard of play.
Alright, so we're gonna put it just kind of up here, roughly.
Yeah, I don't want to hit Burr.
Yeah, no, that's fair enough.
I'd like him to feel the heat of my awesomeness on
So just close enough. There you go. Alright, so it's gonna make its deck save, both of them. Wow. Purple fails and pink succeeds. Pink gets like an 18, the other one gets a 7. Alright, so
28 damage to one, 14 to the other.
Okay, that's... Okay, I gotta do some quick math! Okay.
Everyday math.
Wow. Okay. But that is enough to burn the two of them. How do you want to burn the two of these things? How do you imagine
I'm going to... Brian tried. So I'll put my hand on Brian's shoulder and be like, "You're meant to be the better of us." As I'm saying it, I'll touch my staff off the floor without even really paying attention to them and just ignite another fireball and just kind of stare at him like, dude.
Brian's just like in awe. His eyes are lit up by the flames. He's like, "I remember when I was that powerful." And with that, it ignites and turns into this massive inferno. He's like, "It's beautiful. It's truly beautiful." And these two heads just burn up into a complete inferno. And you watch as the fire then continues to burn all the way down the neck and continues around. And you actually see now smoke beginning to rise under this yellow head that you're at, Diego. And as it is, this fire is kind of coursing up, then the head just immediately splits into two more, just as the flames are about to consume it. And there are now two dust yellow head.
Okay.
I fucked up, I'm sorry.
As
punched too hard.
As my bonus action, I like half notice the two heads go. We'll deal with that in a moment. Brian, you seem thirsty. Have some water. And I'll pull out my decanter of endless water.
He just like takes a swig. He's like, "Yeah, we're pretty much wrapped up here anyway. Good job, everybody." And with that, these two heads both strike down at you, Diego. First one gets 27, and the second
Christ,
one
alright, I'm gonna
gets
die
a
again.
26. Okay.
Oh no.
With disadvantage?
Oh shoot! Yeah, they have disadvantage.
Thank God.
Yeah, no,
Okay.
true. So the first one, so I'll just re-roll them again.
Yeah.
So actually, I'll re-roll both of these heads again. So one is 27 again, and okay, one of them missed. One of them gets 14.
Yay. One of them misses.
So one of these heads darts down, bites at you. Holy moly! Does 22 damage to you.
Ooh, I'm unconscious.
As it just cracks, breaks through your ribs, and just slaps you down on the floor. As the other one was trying to bite at it, but the other one's kind of later now bickering over your body, kind of tearing at it. And eventually, you're just thrown onto the floor, lifeless, and kind of skid on like the floor, just a pile of blood.
What's new? This is
Another notch to the staff, buddy. That's her turn. And Zavion's a sheep. And Joe, your turn.
I'll charge up my firebolt.
Alright. And give me your firebolt attack.
20 to hit.
Yeah.
Just about.
8 damage.
8 damage. Cool.
That's not fantastic.
Alright.
And I'll throw another firebolt.
Okay.
15, but I'll use a flash of genius to make it an 18.
How many times can you do Flash of Genius?
Equal to my intelligence modifier.
Okay, cool. Yeah, perfect. Okay, so
Pardon,
with
nice.
that, the fireball is just kind of veering, and then it smashes down on the side. It misses, but then you kind of manage to kind of move the fireball midair, and it just goes shy over its head, and then crashes back down on top of it. So give me the
12 damage.
Wow. Okay. And with that fireball darts through the head, slices through it, and the head just explodes into ash. And it's gone. Okay. And there is one head remaining. Okay. It's now. Is there anything else you'd like to do, or is that you're happy with that?
No, I'm okay with that.
All right.
Diego, my boy. We need to work on your.
I shouldn't have punched it. I should have just stopped.
And with that,
Sorry, I'm unconscious.
I'm
comes
gonna
up.
bring you Dark Souls 1, 2, and 3, and you'll learn about being greedy with punches.
He's
Play
got
any Souls game, yeah.
in this barbarian rage. He kind of tries to look at you, looks at the thing, continues forward. He's going to take an intelligence check while he's in this form, and then just immediately shrinks down back into his form, brings his hand over your face, and then you just feel a bunch of berries fill your mouth. He squashes down your jaw to make you swallow all 10 of them, and then you wake back up with this kind of strangling feeling around your neck from the vines that you had just seen for a split second, and you're now back looking over Burr, who's kind of just shaking off a hand covered in saliva.
Did I kill him, Bar?
And he kind of looks up at the giant one. Yeah, nearly there. You're nearly there.
Okay.
He
Wake me up when this
helps you up, kind of helps you stand up. using the
Wake me up
action.
when September ends.
And we're gonna have Ryan kind of steps forward, and again he's gonna launch off one of the orbs that begins to change. It starts flashing green, blue, white, black. It keeps changing in different colors. Eventually lands on this flaming red ball of embers that crashes on the creature. And it does some damage. Okay. Oh, that's shit. He rolled 2 1s and a 2. Okay. Alright.
I'll finish it off, don't worry.
Yeah.
Don't worry, Brian. Once again, I'll show you how fire really works.
Alright, it's never been my speciality. I've always been one for the acid trips. And that it's now on to I think Epic, it's your turn. Go, boy.
Can I get there?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Wait, hold up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, you could actually. You have 7 spaces, right? You have 35.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can just. Oh, wait. You would be able to get there. So you dare down over here, right at the edge, coming right to the edge. As this thing gets hit by the chromatic orb, it falls forward enough for you to be able to hit this thing.
Hey, +8. Don't fail me now. Okay, thank God. 18.
Yeah, that hits.
And it do.
It's so upsetting to know that Moss just rolled a 10 and managed to get a Hydra.
A 13.
13 damage. Okay. So with that, they bring the flaming thing through it. Again, it starts just kind of revving through the head. Bits of gore and ash fluttering everywhere. It's still going. But you have one more attack.
16.
Yeah. Oh wait, no, that does not hit. I'm afraid.
No.
So with that, you kind of it eventually hits the skull, and your whole blade just stops and doesn't get further. This thing just looks up at you, 2 of its eyes rolling in the back of its head, just almost looking at you like, just finish me. Okay. So, moving on then to Diego. You look up, you're with, what's his, Burr's helping you up. Is there anything you'd like to do?
Yeah, I'll bring up my glaive and no.
Wait, bring up your glaive and knock down my axe.
Oh, okay. I mean, I'm cool with that. We can treat it like a regular attack if you wanted to, but you're just
no. I'll cast. Nah, there's not even much I can do. Nah, I'm just gonna back up and just start walking and just sit next to Crystal and just look over at Cedric and be like, do it.
If you do walk away, it does get an opportunity attack.
Fine. I'll use the disengage action.
Sorry, just joking.
No. Fuck it. You know what, Gabe? I'm going to pretend to walk away, backflip, and fucking
as the head just tries to dart at you, you flip over it.
Cedric, are you fireballing this or firebolt, or what are you planning?
I can do either.
It's just
you can do either.
Pinned to the ground right now.
Can I do anything? No, I don't think I can do anything.
If you backflip, we can flavor it so that you backflip and I
over the fireball.
Oh my god.
Oh, I'll walk up and I'll give Cedric a help action. So I'll distract it with my backflip as I disengage. Or wait, no, I'll use my bonus action disengage.
Right.
Give Cedric the help action.
Cool.
As I backflip over it.
Perfect. So as you do, you disengage, you backflip over this thing. As this thing has its mouth wide open, you kind of baited it towards Cedric. Cedric, what are you doing?
It's taken a few hits, right?
Yeah, it's looking real miserable. It's just whole head is concave.
Can I get a dex save?
Yeah. That is 11.
It fails.
Okay. What are you doing?
It takes 23 damage from a fireball.
Alright, and as this takes place, you launch the fireball forward. The tiny little ember falls into its open mouth, totally agape. And you watch then, as it closes around the tiny ember, you watch it glow all the way down its neck, travel down below the actual island itself, and you just hear this. And with that, from the neck upwards to its face, it begins to crumble away from to ash, and the head smashes down in front of you guys, crumbling to charcoal, and everything goes silent.
Can I walk over to the edge and look down to see if there's anything to revel at the power of my glory?
Yeah. Give me a perception check.
17.
Looking around, it's totally silent, but you now do see a bunch of this black smoke and flakes of ash and charcoal blowing in the wind. And eventually no more smoke or charcoal continues. And there's nothing left of what was. And all you're left with is the gemstone.
Stall the ball. If we break this gemstone, are we killing Toto?
Is it? But it's a dream, no?
But Toto's
I mean,
real to us.
We all died, yeah, but we all died in the dream, and here we are. So if Toto dies in the dream, would he not just wake up? I mean, the question is, can we even get out of here without breaking the gem? Also, Burr, I owe you a drink. You saved my life like 3 times now.
Oh,
no, it's
no problem. You're my friend. That's what we do.
Cedric will go sit on the steps as he is absolutely spent.
That was a lot. Your hands are actually still hot from all the fireballs.
He's probably a little shook. Because that's his first ever 4th level spell. So he's
Damn. Perfect. So you all regroup back at the center.
I'm gonna grab a piece of grass and feed it to Zavion.
With that, let's see. Zavion is still a sheep, so he happily devours the grass. Just starts munching on it, just chewing it, just filling its cheeks with this grass. Just looks at you for more.
I'll pass a ration to Cedric.
I'll happily take it.
I'm pretty sure this is the T-Rex meat. Although I've lost track of this.
And it's tough. It's real hardy and chewy, but it's got a real strong gamey taste to it. It's good.
I'm sure my
Slightly
dragon
barbecued.
teeth could break through it.
For sure, absolutely. It's kind of like beef jerky at this stage. It's kind of dried out and has this nice smoky, sweet taste to it.
So, that was Sesanic.
What is it?
Yeah, he said his name was Sesanic.
Oh, I guess that.
So we killed a god. Yay!
Yeah. Big whoop.
Shame about the fire thing. Well, that was absolutely glorious. I am most impressed. That was, wow. You really are. You might very well be. This could possibly be. You most certainly are definitely capable. I think you have this. And he kind of strokes the gemstone floating there at the center. In all my years, I don't think I ever truly believed some people could save us ever. You're quite a magnificent sight for sore eyes. Look at you all, standing so proud, obviously exhausted, but still you continue again and again.
As he says this, I'll stand up. There's time to rest once this is truly over.
Ah, well said, boy. Well,
Now, I don't have a very good physically attacking weapon. So does someone want to schmack this thing? Or are we better off casting a spell at it?
Oh, can I do something I haven't done this entire campaign?
Yeah.
You know, the crack I noticed earlier.
Uh-huh.
Can I go over to it
Yeah.
and aim my blowgun at it?
Okay.
First time ever
You're going
making
to
a ranged attack.
Fire your
Something right.
blowgun into the crack.
Yes.
You are unloading your blowgun into the crack. Okay. Give me the
Any
attack
objections?
I mean, Twitch might object to this phallic innuendo.
16 to hit.
With that, you blow the dart through, and the crack is actually, as you throw the blow dart, it kind of just gets wedged in that crack, and just the as it's now stuck in the crack. It wasn't quite. Unfortunately, the dart isn't actually slim enough to fit into the crack itself. The crack does widen slightly, but it's pretty hardy.
Best
that meant to happen?
Smacking with a stick. I am gonna act on the assumption that Brian doesn't actually know what happens when we break this.
He's just there, just licking his lips.
I think after Cheek knows history checks, Gabe kind of had to nerf a couple of NPCs.
He has his reasons. There is very good reasons why he's as senile as he is.
I will. I can magic missile it, which can't miss, so it's gonna hit. It just depends on how much damage it'll do.
Okay. And Burr kind of looks at you, and then he looks at everyone and turns to Ebic. Together. Let's go.
Okay.
Raises his axe over his head.
I'm in tandem.
You
just smack it.
The pair of you are in sync. Is anyone else making an attack?
I'll go for it.
I'll do the magic missiles at 3rd level.
Okay. So you start charging your staff. Both Ebic and Burr raise their staffs. Brian begins to cast a ball of energy in his palm. What are yourself, Diego, and Joe doing?
Yeah, I'll fucking prep my glaive and go in for a stab.
All right. And Joe?
I'll just charge up my gauntlet with lightning launcher and get ready to.
Perfect. Everyone make me attack rolls.
Well, I just hit.
Oh, you automatically hit. Okay, perfect.
Ooh.
15.
15, okay.
I got 23.
Okay, so yeah.
You got a
hits.
dirty 20.
Dirty 20, okay. Bird doesn't hit. And Brian doesn't hit. So as you fire your launcher off, it bounces off the surface of this thing and doesn't make a single dent in it, Joe, as it kind of just ricochets off the surface. Burr kind of brings his axe down, kind of bounces off, and you get a poing from it. Brian also fires his bolt. It kind of ricochets as well off the thing. Cedric, your magic missiles crash into this thing. Diego, your attack meets it, and Ebic, you also crack through this thing. All three of you roll me damage.
Come on, big money. Hey, that's 13 damage.
13, cool.
17 damage.
Okay.
Am I still raging?
You probably wouldn't be, actually. You'd probably be out of it.
No.
Yeah.
So 12.
12 damage. Okay. And with that, you kind of all land these attacks. Just smashes it, breaks it, crack into it, slice it, and then you bring your axe down, smash it, and the whole thing is beginning to crack. And the whole thing now begins to burst with this energy. It seems like one more good schmack would would do the trick. And just
I
for the
hit
sake
it
of...
5 times with my magic missile.
Oh, so there's more damage?
No, it just does that much damage. But
Oh,
it has
okay.
5 separate hits.
Gotcha. So yeah, every one of these things hit it. This thing's ready to burst, and just for the sake of it, I'll say both you, Ebic, and Burr, because you have your extra attacks, and Diego, all 3 of you go in with your extra attacks, and also with yourself as well. You also get an extra attack, Joe. The 4 of you just come in with your final attack, and the whole thing shatters into 100 pieces. And with that, you guys watch as the entire island begins to crumble. The whole sky begins to shatter and fragment into shards of mirror-like glass, and they begin to fall down. The whole island then falls below you. And like the same feeling when you wake up from a dream after falling, you get that jolt. And all of you fall onto a bed of vines. I'm gonna get it here too. She didn't think you'd get this far into it.
I think you expected our Hydra encounter to last a little longer.
I thought that was gonna be freaking epic. I was scared giving it to you guys.
How would count for us all having fire?
No. I was like, because I was like, wow, damn, every head that comes back, it gets 20 more HP. That's crazy. So they have to do, they're only doing like 5 damage if they kill a head. Like, I don't know. I was like, there's no way. This is too difficult. And it was way beyond your challenge rating as well. I used a one that I found somewhere else. Wait, what the freaking hell?
I actually went into the Monster Hunter compendium to check if I had vials.
Yeah. Nice.
Yeah. And I was there like, okay, I have the power vial. I know for a fact I have that. I have the rare version.
Nice. That's awesome.
I have elemental.
Wait, what the freak is happening here? Oh, there we go. Okay. So, with that, as this thing cracks, and you guys fall forward as well, into these shards, and you find yourselves in this vast open space, barely lit by this pile of glowing green vines right in the center of this massive room that goes on for hundreds of feet in all directions. You guys collapse, falling off the walls, vines loosening up and dying and wilting around you, and you all fall down. You now see within this room, it goes up for like hundreds of feet and spans out in hundreds of feet in all directions. All along the walls, all masked and wrapped in vines, are hundreds of humanoids all around. You see all different shapes and sizes, all different races. And closest to your bodies, you see a brown-haired man with no beard. You see a light red-haired man with a big beard. You see another figure with darker hair. You see another figure beside him with dark hair and a big beard. You recognize these young men all wrapped in vines. There's something about them. When you look at them, they seem somewhat familiar. You can't quite put your finger on it. But you felt like you've met them before. In a dream. Or on the street somewhere. You can't quite put your finger on it. But they just sleep there, wrapped up in vines. And then, in the center of the room, where the light is coming from, you start to see this massive figure rise up from the vines. This huge stone statue begins to rise up, this large guardian, about 15, 16, 17, 18 foot tall, towers above you guys, and pulls from its back 2 enormous stone swords. Begins to move towards you guys, and we're gonna
fought a god.
we're gonna leave it there this week. Yeah, there you go. You've managed to escape. One nightmare.
Out of the frying pan into the fire.
Yeah, it only gets. You know, it's all uphill from here.
Real world's much harder.
But I used everything to fight that guy.
We should take them rest on the island. That one. Maybe we ask the statue nicely, it'll let us rest.
Maybe. It's a good idea. I'll just draw them real quick. Here's my basic.
All right.
Basic illustration. Huh.
Oh, what a strapping young man.
Oh.
Yep.
Big.
Wait, you see that big?
Yeah.
Is he that disproportionate?
Not so much. And he's got some swords.
Yeah. We just gotta teach him. Kneecaps are a privilege, not a right.
Now, hey, would you classify this as an animal?
That's my line.
Big stone soldier.
That's gonna be fun.
I'm gonna leave this for the next game. This is what you're fighting next week.
I can't wait till the other group makes it out of Chult and they're faced with this thing.
Yeah, like, what is this? Put it back into killing. Some child's art project.
Oh, man's got a 4-pack and a V. Oh, man.
we can't fight
everything
it.
to be jealous about. He's just gonna crush your self-esteem. That's
He's not even gonna attack us.
hidden
Just
power.
like,
Joke on him. Never had any from the start.
Oh God, I'm doing this with my mouse and my wrist is killing me already. It does not want to move the way it's moving. Is
And
this
we
our
count
drawing
this
tutorial?
As a short.
Short rest? Hell no. You've just woken up. If anything, you're at a disadvantage. Y'all drowsy as fuck. And so this big, massive stone guy starts making his way towards you guys. Yeah. We'll see what happens next week.
First thing that needs to happen next week is Xavion needs to roll a d20.
We'll see right now. He got a 3.
okay, we're on our own.